Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. It's a very weird day for me, is all I'm going to say. Very late stream, also. So, if you're here right now, thank you so much for hanging in the stream. Let's go live everywhere. My gosh, what a day. What a weird day. What a weird day. Like, there are days that di mo alam kung productive ka, pero ang dami mong nagawa eh. That's what happened to me today, chat. Let me just let's go live on TikTok. Wala. I actually got a good poop earlier. Like no explosive diarrhea, nothing nuclear, nothing of that nature. Maayos. Like I don't ever I I don't think I've ever had a bad experience from mukbang challenges. I think swerte tayo in that way. Um, the one time ever lang na nangyari yun, probably, was I had bad food from when I did like a 10 regular yum mukbang. That's probably the worst. It's just something about that regular yum when you consume a lot of it. Yun na yun. But other than that, wala talaga eh. Very, very lucky. Teka, let's just go properly live everywhere, chat. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute. Because we're not yet live on TikTok. Teka. Yon, okay. Ateneo Athletes Speak Up is gonna be the title. Boom. Alright. Okay, we're live. We're live everywhere. Yeah, yung uncooked hotdog, gulat din ako dun eh. Actually, I was way more worried that I would get constipated, chat. Because that's a lot of dairy. Okay, a lot of dairy but no fiber at all. Right? And I think that's the problem that a lot of people who do these carnivore diets don't figure out or don't realize. Fiber really is something that can help you poop, chat. Like, eventually you're gonna poop, that's for sure. But at the same time, you wanna help your body by consuming foods that will facilitate your poop. What's up, Rod? And yun na nga, we're doing the pure foods tomorrow, by the way. Let's go! Yell! Let's go! Yo, Joel! Joel, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So I guess for as long as it's cooked food, we're gonna be okay, chat. Hey, Joel! I'm happy na member ka pa rin, Joel. Let's go! And also, W Yell. Black badge today, baby. What the heck? Chat, it means so much. The color of your badge is not the end all be all, okay? It doesn't mean that you're a blue badge or a dark blue badge or a red badge, flesh badge, yellow badge, black badge. That it's the end all be all. But there really is something special, chat, na matagal na tayong nagkikita on stream kapag higher colors yung black badge. And to me, that's just support, and I'm very, very, very grateful because that's support over the years, companionship, and that means essentially you've seen me go through a lot in life. In other words, chat. Hello, Carlo. Yo, JR. It's just being old age on stream. Pwede. That's another way to put it. Very practical. I was about to say something about the mukbang. Oh, so di tayo mag-pure foods today because I want to be honest with you and show you my fitness pal. I'm not really dieting right now, but at the same time, because my gym is sobrang irregular ng buhat ko, chat. I have good workouts, but it's not as epic as it used to be. So just to be transparent with you, I have to balance out my consumption, right? So this was yesterday. I mean, I'm sorry to bore you, but I just want to show you, chat, that I'm locked in. I want to be healthy. I'm a middle-aged man. Almost a middle-aged man. I'm still considered young adult, by the way. 18 to 35 is young adulthood. 36 to 60, if I'm not mistaken, is middle adulthood. And then 61 onwards is late adulthood. So I'm almost a middle-aged man. And so I have to be careful pagdating sa kinakain ko. So this was my diet yesterday, chat. As you could see, 2,040 calories literally just went to the ice cream. And that's even a little bit unfair because the truth is that the true calorie count is 2215. Yun yung totoong calorie count ng kinain natin. 2,215 calories. This is just an estimate. And so dahil sumobra tayo ng 720 kahapon, right? Sobra sa daily intake natin na dapat 720. End up niyan, binawi ko siya sa kain ko today. There you go. See? You see that? 720. Don't mind the date. You'll get confused. So binawi ko siya sa kain today. And then, in preparation for the Pure Foods mukbang tomorrow, if you look here, puro Pure Foods, oh. Lahat yan. Pure Foods. Pure Foods, everything. Now, sobra ako, I'm estimating na sobra ako ng 260 calories. Kaya binawi ko na rin today. So, yung 260 calories na magiging sobra from the Pure Foods, yung 720 calories na sumobra from the ice cream, binawi ko na siya sa kain ko today para makapag-prep ng maayos. And in short, I'm not eating a lot today. Okay, I barely ate anything today. So that's basically the short of it. Naghahanda lang tayo para sa mukbang bukas. And at the same time, that's why I had to move it because I also want to be healthy. Healthy tayo. Okay? Gotta really manage my intake. Especially since hindi na ako, like, I'd like to say, like, I'm no longer 100% going at it at the gym, like with a lot of diligence. These days, I'm between 70 to 80. And that's not good enough for me. Kapag ganun, hindi pwedeng pangit yung kain because more than the gains, right? More than the aesthetics or more than the way I look or perceive myself to look, I just really want to be healthy. So asa trentahin talaga yung mindset ko ngayon. And I can't keep abusing the amount of food that I eat without balancing things out. Especially if I'm only hitting the gym at 70 to 80% of the intensity that I want to hit it with. It's okay. Yeah, okay. That's just tier 1 ng member ng Discord. I think tier 1 is what your tier is right now, Bills. Tama ba? Tier 1 is the lowest tier, right? So it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. No, I haven't actually. My mini lamp, this one, it's an old lamp. This is a very old lamp. This is IKEA and they don't sell it anymore at IKEA. Speaking of, di pala naka-on yung on-air chat. First to drop any kind of support. Super chat, gifted membership, organic membership. Like, hindi pa kayo member, magiging member kayo. You can pick what light color our on-air is for tonight. And that's never gonna happen again. Because we only normally make this white. Okay, it's something that, you know, won't be a regular occurrence. So first to drop any kind of stream support gets to pick the light color for on-air tonight. What's up, June? The newly launched Nescafe kiosk. Let's check that out. Nescafe kiosk. Whoa. Oh my God! Okay. There you go. Si Gio, by the way, makakasama natin siya soon. Oh my God. Pink. Okay. GG's. W's in the chat. Alex, that's the closest I could have for pink. See? If I press this button, right? You see at the back, right? Okay, if I press this, it's blue. If I press this, which is the closest to pink that we have, turn pink. There. It's the pinkiest pink. Thank you, Alex. Let's go. W's in the chat. Yon. Okay, thank you for that. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Laking tulong yun sa stream natin. Sugar-free stuff. Which one? Yung sa Nescafe? Here we go. Food PH. Nescafe kiosk. Ooh, this is fascinating. I'm not gonna. That is a freaking good logo too. It's kind of plain though, but you already know, right? Kapag ganito yung logo, that's Nescafe. So what is it supposed to do? Is it supposed to rival? Feeling ko ang kalaban nito would be Pickup Coffee. Budget. We're talking budget coffee. Budget espresso. I don't think my espresso ang Nescafe though. Yeah, they're not gonna have espresso. This is all instant. Yeah, ano price points nito? Been too excited to try this since it's all over my TikTok feed. So I ordered the signature latte. High purity, dito rin ako sa YouTube, si Benipayo. Signature latte and sweet black from my kapatids in Spanish latte for me. Ang masasabi ko lang is overhyped siya. Lasa siyang timplang bahay. Baka nga mas masarap pa kayo magtimpla. Maybe I expected too much. Yeah, you're not gonna get good coffee out of Nescafe. Nescafe is not supposed to be good coffee. It's supposed to be convenient coffee. It's supposed to be a routine. Okay, at a budget price point. So feeling ko pick up ano pa nga to eh. Feeling ko 100 peso coffees. 100 peso coffees. Hindi rin eh. Feeling ko 90. This is the 80 to 90 peso coffee ang price point nito. That's my guess. We're officially brewing. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, see, look, no espresso machine. Milo. See, chat, it's all. Yeah. I mean, wala kang talo dito if you're paying 80 to 90 bucks for this. Yo, thank you, Barnes. Nagkabangs ako today eh. Lasapin ko na yung buhok ko ngayon kasi bukas magpapagupit na ako. So, yeah. Tomorrow, gonna get a haircut. What haircut do we get, chat? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's why, what I would hate to see, rather, is kung nasa 150 pesos to. If this is at 150, this will be annoying. Semical. I'll be real with you, chat. I've been wanting semi-kalbo, but I feel like we're gonna need like a massive member goal for that. Right? Feeling ko, no? Like a massive member goal if we wanna hit, if we want to do kalbo. Because that's what we've been trying to do. For the last 3 years, we've been setting these outrageous goals on YouTube, dati Kumu, on Twitch, para maabot natin yung goal ng pagkakalbo. It's the reason why this emote exists. But, never natin naaabot. So maybe that's fate saying na maybe yung pagkakalbo natin will be on another day. I have a big head, so I'm not quite sure how much benefit kalbo will be for me, Barnes. I have a big oval head, chat. I did mention though, and hopefully you guys like it, I did mention though that this might be the last time na i-maintain ko yung mullet ko sa likod. Right? Like the modern mullet. The way Kuya Andy calls it. Modern mullet will be this might be the last month, and then next month pag-iisipan ko na siya. Right? And then the following month we'll see again. But I think if there's one thing I want to do, kind of maintain this still for this for June, for the month of June to July. Yo, Dream Vlog. Okay, so I want to know what the price point of this one is. They have to have a menu, right? Sana naman may menu. Nescafe PH. Yun. Di rin kita eh. Are you open for franchise? Come on. By the way, chat, I have to be honest with you. I bought this today. I'm a little guilty for buying canned coffee. But I gusto ko yung fridge ko magmukhang pretty. Yung maraming kulay. And so I got the 6-pack of this. I think on the Orange app, if you get it with voucher, parang 204 pesos, 6. So that's not bad, right? 34 pesos per can. It may or may not be cheaper in the grocery. What's this? I need to see menu prices, bro. Doon natin malalaman kung sulit to eh. Come on, see Oli. There you go. Yeah, it's so cheap. Chat, sobrang mura. Black coffee, 30. Mocha, 45. Upsize, 60. Yeah, hell yeah. Ang mahal pa nga nung hula ko eh, na 80 to 90 peso price point, because this is all instant coffee. There's no brewing here. It's literally hot water, condensed milk, Milo. I would like to think that the chocolate ng mocha nila is just Milo. Right? They mix the condensed milk with a little bit of Milo, put it into the mocha. Yeah. Like, you will get what you pay for talaga at this price point. Ang kinakalaban nila, chat, itong ano na to. Do you know this? Big Brew? Ito ang kinakalaban nila na brand. Are you familiar with this, chat? This is what Nescafe is trying to target. And it sucks because homegrown to eh. You familiar with this, chat? Itong Big Brew na mga coffee stalls, they're littered around small communities. Sobrang dami na itong mga Big Brew na to. Normally, itong Big Brew na to, kung may big, a good way to put it, kung may Big Brew, may Angel's Burger. They're targeting the same communities, the same markets, and I do think that with Nescafe coming in at this price point, they're here to steal a little bit of that Big Brew money. Diba? Eto luma na yata to, yung 39 pesos na grande. You're not gonna get excellent coffee out of this for sure. O diba? Sabi ni Yappy Vines, marami sa kanila. And then another thing that I'd like to say about coffee is, if for me, yung pinaka-budget coffee that hits the bare minimum for coffee that tastes okay but still not great, not good either. It's not good, it's not great, it's just okay, is Brewed. Are you familiar with this brand, chat? Brewed. They're selling coffee at the 100 peso price point. The thing, I mean, 7-Eleven is good. Ano yung tawag sa kape ng 7-Eleven? They have their own city blends ba? City blends ba yung 7-Eleven? So, the reason why I'm saying ito yung minimum para sa coffee na mura, budget, pero sige, pwede na. not great, not good, just okay, is because with brewed, you're still getting espresso coffee. As in, coffee brewed through the espresso machine. And when it comes to budget coffees, that's a really hard thing to spend for. Yung operational expense ng ng espresso coffee is a very complicated it's very complicated math if you want your business to survive. But brewed is here, and I will put brewed along the same category as pickup coffee. We're talking about the 90 to 130 price point. Right? Pickup coffee, but between brewed or pickup coffee, I'll go to brewed 9 times out of 10. So I'm saying this because I have personally tried brewed. At first, BGC lang sila. Can you imagine? Lumalaban sila sa BGC ng 90 pesos to 130 peso price point. Actually, look at that. Look at if you zoom in here, I may even be wrong. Everything below 100. Look at that. And it's budget coffee, so again, set your expectations. You're not gonna get high quality coffee out of brewed. It's commercial. It's at that price point, but at the same time, way better than pickup coffee. I don't know why we're talking about budget coffee. Siguro nasimulan sa chat. I'm obsessed with coffee. I really love coffee. I think that's something that I don't quite share a lot on stream. These days, I don't care anymore about coffee, what coffee I drink. Coffee is coffee. To me, coffee serves one purpose. It siphons my money and keeps me awake. But I was very, very obsessed with coffee before. About 8 to 10 years ago, I actually had a coffee shop. And we sold premium coffee at a time when premium coffee wasn't a thing. We sold the coffee at the 200 peso price point during the time people were not ready to buy coffee at the 200 peso price point. Ngayon normal na, 'di ba? Umaabot na nga ng 300 minsan yung kape. But and so in order to understand that business better, I really went into all kinds of coffee. And yeah, at one point, I'll even admit, naging snob ako pagdating sa coffee. Starbucks. Starbucks, is that coffee bean? Ew, parang ano yan, kadiri yung coffee dyan. Sunog na yung bean. I became a coffee snob. For like a good year, I became a coffee snob. But these days, I don't give it. Basta kape, okay na ako. And I'll set my expectations kung depende sa price. I'll take Starbucks because it's convenient, but if Starbucks is sitting beside a good coffee shop, I'll take the good coffee shop even if it's more expensive. Does that make sense? Like if Starbucks and say Habitat Coffee are beside each other, I'll take Habitat Coffee. If Starbucks is beside what's that other coffee shop that I love so much? Coffee. Fuck. Maginhawa Coffee. Not Kafika, not Kong, not N1, not Day, not Mood, not Chapter. If Chapter Coffee and Starbucks are beside each other, I'll get more coffee for the amount of money that I pay Starbucks, but I'll take Chapter. But I have no problem buying Starbucks either if yun yung kape na meron. I don't mind buying Dunkin' kung yun yung meron ngayon. But back then, I'd rather die. Alam mo yung ganun? I'd rather die or be sleepy kaysa sa mag-Starbucks ako or kaysa sa mag-Dunkin' ako. I used to be that guy and I'm not proud of it because I've also come to learn that end of the day, man, 99% of people don't care. 99% of people just want their coffee fix and they just want that bitter taste that coffee gives them the delight of. They don't care if it has notes of cinnamon, if it has earthy flavors of cocoa, or if it has tanginess because it was planted in the same soil as oranges were grown in at a land in Ethiopia. No. 99, that's the 1% of people. 99%, just give me my damn coffee, bro. Okay, Harlan is okay. Harlan is okay. Harlan is still better than Starbucks, I would say. Harlan is still better than Starbucks. Yes, we sold protein ice cream in our ice cream shop before. Did you sell your coffee machine? Yes, we had this. No. Yung coffee machine namin is with Ate Siben. It's at her house. Yeah, diba? Yeah, 120. Yeah, ngayon nasa Starbucks minso 200 na, diba? Yung shop ko? What do you mean my shop? Let's go. Of course. We did not, hindi kami ganun ka-specialty coffee. Ito, super specialty coffee na to eh. Yung amin, ano lang, hanggang third wave specialty coffee, ganyan. Pero ito, I feel like this is fifth wave or something. What makes Habitat coffee good? I guess they're beans. The beans of Habitat coffee are imported. And not to say that imported coffee is better than normal coffee or local coffee. All I'm saying is that imported coffee just has, together with it, the care and craft and technology of coffee farmers abroad na wala tayong access sa Pilipinas. So that's why, in many ways, superior pa rin ang imported coffee. Coffee from Brazil, coffee from Ethiopia, coffee from actually even coffee from Vietnam is getting really good. Dito, madalas Benguet yung kape natin, 'di ba? Benguet. Batangas if you want Barako. But I was never really a fan of Barako. Generally though, coffee is coffee. Again, we don't want to get too much into the details, but if you have questions, chat, it's I can fish the knowledge from deep within. And I don't think coffee has changed all that much naman. I don't know Bigas Coffee. What's Bigas Coffee? Yeah. Mismo, JR. Mismo, there are so many like as in nanonood ba ako ng mga coffee documentaries. I'm in tune with AeroPress World Championships. It was a time for sure. Like I got obsessed with coffee and then I am where I am now. I can show you our coffee shop. I show this from time to time, but I don't think a lot of you have seen this. Unfortunately, yung Instagram page namin, wala na. But, check this out, chat. Look at this. This was my coffee shop together with Ate Siben. And look at this. This is how old the brand is. Look at that, chat. 2023? That's crazy. I don't know. We did. It was closed in 2023, but 2023 yan. Coffee and protein. Here, protein ice cream. Boom. Look at that, chat. Protein ice cream, protein waffles, and then coffee. I was very proud of our brand, chat. Very, very, very proud because pinupunta yung coffee shop namin. Not necessarily. I mean, of course, it's cool if you go there for the coffee, but people used to go there for Panama. We had Panama coffee too, and we had coffee with alcohol. People would go to the coffee shop for the community because they've gained an affinity for the baristas. Trip nila yung mga baristas kasi yung mga baristas namin at one point, ang popogi ng mga barista namin eh. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, chat. Pogi mga barista namin. And then, what else? At one point, we became a merch shop. mas malakas pa yung benta ng merch namin kaysa sa benta ng kape namin. And that's why I'm really, really, really proud that I was able to, together with the help of my Ate Sibin, we were able to craft this brand that was more community than anything else. See, look at that, chat. Look at that's my hand, I think. The Brekkie Burger. Look at that, chat. Yeah, affogato, of course. We had protein waffles, of course. Patty, cheese. Look at that. Specialty coffee. Diba? Look at that, chat. Man, we had protein cookies. Holy shit. Masarap tumambay sa coffee shop pag may pogi. I don't wanna sell our baristas right now, chat. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. You can go check out the shop if you want to, or the page. But this was a long time ago. I wonder if may picture ako dito. Wala, ito lang oh. Ito na ako. O, di ba? That was me, chat. Hella long time ago. Oh, and we were very much tight with El Union. Super tight kami with El Union. This is the man himself who built El Union. That's Kiddo. And we were tight with El Union because they were supplying our beans, and they were in many ways also mentoring us. And this was, yeah, all the way back then. Iba pa itsura ng El Union, no? And look at this. If you zoom in closely, that's our protein bar. O, diba? Look at our mugs, chat. Our mugs had muscles. Saan ka pa? May muscles yung mga mugs namin. Look at our merch, bro. Chat, I'm proud of our merch. Like, look at our merch. Come on, chat. San ka pa? We had merch, bro. We had merch. We had merch. Look at that. I'm so proud of this now that I think about it. Oh, this is me. Our first ever pop-up. 2018. Look at that. Oh my God. With Ate Sibin. 2018, yo. Can you imagine? Gosh. Karibal ang Pegasus. Yeah, man, I wish I could show you, but our baristas love to dance. That too. At one point, because we had baristas in different batches. We had baristas in different batches, and our first batch of baristas, they love to dance. Look at that, chat. O, diba? GMA, let's go. Alam mo yung napi-feature pa kami sa GMA. We would have random segments on TV. It was a time. It was a good time. Look at how young I looked here, chat. Yeah, like again, we sold coffee at a time when coffee was supposed to be cheap, not expensive. Like if people saw that coffee back then, like sino ba kami, 'di ba? Sino ba kami para magbenta ng kape ng ganito yung presyo? Right? This was early days too, 2017. We raised prices in 2018. I think during the Duterte admin, we experienced a lot of inflation firsthand. Look, I was very young, Chad. Look at me, yo. Look at me, Chad. That was me. Look at me. Di pa ako nakakalbo dito. I think we were selling coconut water here. Coconut water with coffee. Coconut water cold brewed coffee in coconut water. My God. Ages ago. Anyway, good times. I love talking about this. Each time we talk about it, I give you the same messages. I tell you, look at that, brewing your gains. What the hell, diba? Um, what was I saying? I don't always talk about it, but every time I talk about it, chat, gives me very fond memories. And then ito na yung last post namin. Lungkot, no? No goodbyes. Just see you in the next page. Hurts. We said goodbye in 2019. Sakit, no? Anyway, thank you for allowing me to share that with you, chat. About Oscar's Deli, we went to know. Man, pag si Ron talaga nagbibigay ng topic, ang nangyayari sa atin, naro-rabbit hole tayo. Naro-rabbit hole tayo into like a bunch of different topics. And I'm always thankful for that, Ron. Thank you, Ron. No way, B-Rose. Hell yeah. Chat, I'm very proud to say, okay? And I may get some slack for this, but Ate Sibin is probably one of the first people to figure out nitrogen-infused coffee in the Philippines. Now, nitro coffee is all over the place, right? Now you can have nitro cold brew, and it's basically you make your coffee creamier without adding anything to it other than nitrogen air, because the nitrogen bubbles are so small that it creates space between the coffee, na makes it a little more frothy and it makes it feel a little bit more full. May body siya. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew how to do that in the Philippines. It was just something that was, a foreign concept, literally, ginagawa na abroad. And El Union tried. This one I'm proud to say. El Union tried, but they were having a hard time. It was Ate Sibin. Siya ang naka-figure out ng nitrogen coffee. And when she was able to figure it out, kasi syempre, mentors namin ang El Union Coffee, di ba? Sinabi ka agad ni Ate Sibin kung paano yung nitrogen coffee. And then 2 months later, Starbucks Reserve came up with their nitro coffee. Nitro coffee was launched and, it was a party for everybody. But that was a super proud moment ko. We figured that shit out. Anyway, all the way from all over the place now. Okay, bunch of topics we want to talk about tonight, chat. We have a couple of Ateneo videos, but we won't go through all of them, mainly because one video is an hour and a half. The other video is also an hour and a half. So we won't go through them. So I found ways to just talk about it through Reddit threads, Gemini, and other means. Pero we'll talk about them because it still matters to me and I still care about the topic, and that I hope you still aren't sick of it, and I hope that you still like talking about what's happened. I think this is the first time that we've ever really stuck to a story for this long, and probably because it's also close to my heart. In many ways. One, I grew up in the same school. Pangalawa, I felt betrayed by the very institution that I was raised in. And I think today, honestly, chat, I think they're getting their shit together. They're getting their shit together right now. It's just sad because of course 2 kids died. And then it was a week of disaster for them. But then beginning yesterday with Ateneo's press con, and then today with the podcast, and then with the town hall, Ateneo is finding their marbles again. They're getting their ducks in a row, and sana magtuloy-tuloy, because if they keep at this, I think they will be able to regain control of the narrative. But for now, let's talk about these videos one at a time. Okay? What about, with the tabs? Sobrang daming tabs, no? Buti na lang yung incognito tab, di nyo nakikita. Hinalo namin yung alak sa kape. Kape sa alak, Romeo, at one point. It was good. It was weird, but it was good. We had the cold brew rum. Hindi, di na talaga. We had to close it down, Bills. We had to learn how to quit. I think we gave it a solid 3 years. Okay, let's do this. So, Ateneo today holds a town hall. The town hall that I am describing is basically Ateneo gathering as much of their community as they can para yung yung galit, sama ng loob, doubts, and disappointments ng community nila. And if I'm not mistaken, this town hall comprised of a lot of the student body, a lot of faculty, a lot of staff from Ateneo. And it is the president himself standing right there in the middle. Now, again, we don't have enough time to watch an hour and a half of this. But all I'm going to say is that it was rather received pleasantly. Still mixed reviews because wala pa rin andun pa rin yung inis di ba? Andun pa rin yung bakit ngayon lang? Like of course, if you're really claiming it was an accident with whether with negligence or not, we don't know yet. Bakit ngayon nyo lang to ginagawa? Ba't ngayon lang kayo humaharap sa tao? Bakit hindi nyo pa to ginawa last week? Sobrang busy nyo ba na hindi nyo kami naharap last week? I mean, of course, that's valid too. But finally, Ateneo is able to do that today. And based on one of the things that I read, if you look here, chat, so ito, by the way, this was yesterday. I just wanted to show you this because holy hell, you don't want to mess with this lady, chat. Yung MC kahapon, she has no time. These are just pictures from the press con yesterday. Mabilis ang segue lang, especially since blurry yung mga photos blurry yung videos sa pinanood natin kagabi. Ayan, 'di ba? Okay, ayan. You don't wanna mess with this lady here. Okay, so Ateneo Town Hall. There you go. Members of the Ateneo community heard new emotional details on Tuesday about the team building activity in Aurora that led to the deaths of Ateneo basketball team members Adili and Baterbonia. Bobby Yap, yung president ng Ateneo, faced questions on accountability, crisis response, and the school's next step. Yap opened the town hall by again apologizing. I'm here once again to apologize, he says. And ito pa, if the accountability also is something that he was keen on earlier. Sabi niya, if the facts reveal weakness, we will address them. If changes are needed to better safeguard the wellness of our students and athletes, then we will change them. So at least as far as that goes, Ateneo is claiming some kind of potential responsibility should they be proven guilty. What is this? That sinabi ni Yale, pinadala niya. Yeah, that's her. That's her, Matek Villanueva. Oh my God. Yeah. Siya yung sinasabing dapat i-fire. Oh, show. Interesting. Okay, we're not gonna delve too much into that right now. But wow, interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, going back to the town hall. Players from the team also spoke in the town hall. Okay. We can read through all of this, but that will be too long. But the point is, all the rumors were quashed. From it being an initiation to a rite of passage to the ankle weights, all of those things have been debunked by the students themselves. Now, we go on again. Look at this. It's a town hall again. It was live on Facebook. And then here, chat, check this out. I was able to ask ChatGPT to give us an executive summary. Kasi syempre, yun yung ano natin, di ba? Yun yung gusto natin. We want a summary of the thing that happened instead of watching 1 hour and 30 minutes of it. So again, demands for accountability. Ito, nasabi ko na to. Nag-admit na mga lapses yung Ateneo. Of course, this is no longer a secret as well. A lot of the students, a lot of the faculty, alumni lost trust with Ateneo, with that broken institutional trust. Inacknowledge and sinabi ng mga attendees na napaka-fail ng public relations ng Ateneo during the first week. And then this one, okay? I will read the post. This one is the one that I think Ateneo needed to address the most. The fact that the Ateneo men's basketball team is an autonomous entity and it's funded by SMART, MVP Foundation. In short, the Manny V. Pangilinan Foundation, SMART, and because of that, Ateneo lost control of their hand on the men's basketball team. I mean, it's very tricky. Ooh, let's go, Levy. I'm rooting for that. It's very tricky if you think about it, diba? Kasi with major sponsorships from the biggest brands you can imagine, will allow so many sports facilities to be at your disposal. If there's funding by the MVP Foundation, think of the opportunities that your players will have. Think about the training equipment, the technologies, the coaching, diba? All of that are things that a school will have difficulty in funding in. Because a school's job is not to make sure that the sports teams get all the money that they need. Whereas a sports foundation, right? Whereas the MVP Foundation in particular, yun lang ang trabaho nila, to elevate athletes and make them reach their highest potential. However, that comes at a cost, diba? We're gonna go through that too, Martin. That comes at a cost. Because apparently, the cost here is that the University Athletics Office ng Ateneo, they have no hand in reviewing, vetting, or approving the high-risk off-campus activity that happened in Aurora. Because, I mean, is this... I hope this is not a convenient excuse yet again. Right? Na, okay, wala kami dyan eh. Hugas kami. It's actually the MVP found... I don't think so. I think they're just admitting that this was a lapse in their judgment. That because heavily influenced yung sports teams nila, they lost control of student activities. Now, there is fear, of course, because the University Athletic Office did suspend all off-campus practices and upcoming competitions for all the other varsity teams. And if you're not part of the basketball team, this also affects you. Kung varsity ka ng Ateneo, there's now a high chance na yung vital sponsorships and developmental opportunities mo, mawawala. Imagine if buong buhay mo as a kid growing up, ang dream mo maging pro sports player. Right? You become a professional basketball player, a professional volleyball player. Arguably the two biggest sports in the Philippines right now. Two biggest team sports in the Philippines. And then mawawala na lahat yun. Because, of this issue. I mean, it doesn't affect other schools. It affects just Ateneo in particular because of how the UAO now wants to gain control again of these happenings. And then student athletes reporting instances of verbal harassment and death threats is pretty crazy as well. And then, of course, Ateneo. Ateneo is, again, saying that, there will be an inherent bias. And so, to bypass the internal bias, they are hiring an independent fact-finding investigation or investigative body. And this time, nag-name drop sila. The Sikip Salazar Law Firm. And if I am not mistaken, chat, the Sikip Salazar Law Firm is a fucking reputable law firm. It's not just, hey, Ateneo yan eh, maglalagay yan, di ba? Maglalagay yan ng ano, maglalagay lang yan ng pera. Sila rin yung pumili ng ano, di ba? Sila rin yung pumili ng independent body na fact-finding. Ano, for sure, maglalagay lang. No. You can't do that with the Sikip Salazar law firm. They are highly reputable. They literally claim it. They literally claim it in their header. Top law firm in the Philippines. Sorry, CSIP. My bad. CSIP. Thank you for correcting me there, chat. They're like, I hear this name all the freaking time, man. And they're not messing around. So there you go. The CSIP Salazar law firm finally ni-name drop na Ateneo. And now we can put that we can put our reluctance, our hesitations to rest a little bit. Diba? We no longer have to think about the idea where Ateneo will just fund these themselves and so gain favorable advantage over what the results will be. Walang ganun. I don't think it's gonna happen. And that goes hand in hand very well with what Father Bobby said, yung president ng Ateneo, na kung mahanap na may problema, kung may kagagawan kaming kalokohan dito, mananagot kami and we'll correct it. So that's cool to me. Again, a little too late because it's been more than a week since, you know, all of these things should have been done. But if we are sticking to the narrative of Ateneo, they really just had a hard time in the first week because they prioritized families first over the public. And if this has been their intention the entire time, to get shit straight eventually, then I'll take it. Just unfortunate that it's only happening this week. Okay? But better now than never. And this is, to me, a positive thing. There is a review. There is a review of what happened here. I have to admit that I did not read it in full, but I will read it right now. The town hall on the drowning of Rene and Divine was heavy. And this is a review and probably from somebody who went there. I think it's a mixed review. There is positive and negative criticism here. The town hall on the drowning of Rene and Divine was heavy, but amid the grief and unanswered questions, I want to applaud our community. I applaud the bravery of all who attended, listened, and spoke up. Daming galit for sure. Like, based on this, right? Like, especially the first 5 bullet points na students and student leaders and faculty openly express that trust in the university has been broken. Attendees heavily criticize the university's communications department. Diba? Just from those 2 bullet points alone, makikita mo na disappointed talaga yung mismong Ateneo community sa kanila. I applaud the strength of our Blue Eagles who came forward with their narrative despite the unimaginable pain of recounting the passing of their beloved teammates. By the way, chat, more on that later. We did mention last week na itong trauma nila will haunt them forever, chat. And that's why I really think they have to get really good counseling. Because if they don't get good counseling, my God, chat, yung traumas nila will bleed into their everyday life. And we're already beginning to see symptoms of that. Because in the podcast, right, which we're gonna look at later also as well. In the podcast, one of these dudes, I don't know which one, said that he is so guilty for not being able to rescue Rene. Kasi sila yung magkatabi. Sila yung magkatabi sa dagat nung nalunod si Rene. And he's carrying survivor's guilt. So, if that's not attended to properly, man, that could make or break this guy. So, ayun lang, diba? We have that. But so again, more on that later. More on that later. We'll read the review some more. I applaud the student athletes who gave important perspective to the issues they continue to face, both due to the drowning incident as well as long-standing problems that fell on the deaf ears of the administration. I applaud the students, professors, and community members who, beyond our collective call of demanding accountability and justice, were the ones who stepped up to suggest and ideate concrete paths forward when our administration failed to do so. Diba? Parang hindi mo alam kung kino-compliment ka o pinapagalitan ka eh. Our administrative leadership was rightfully called into question in the name of accountability. Grave institutional mistakes from the chain of command that led to the incident until the major wrongs of our administration's response were called out. And those present at the town hall did their best to answer the question we all carried going into the town hall. What comes next? That's also what I've been begging for in last night's press con. Na I hope Ateneo lays out next steps. Because, okay, fine. They're all sorry now. We're all on the same page. Fine, you did what you could. You did your best. If that really was your best. But what are the next steps? We hear you. But what are the next steps, right? For you to be able to control the narrative and take it back, kailangan sila rin yung nagsasabi sa atin, nag-guide sa atin saan tayo papunta. Hindi yung netizens na naghumuhula, hindi, ito lang yung nangyayari dyan. Sunod, ito lang yung gagawin ng Ateneo. Tingin nyo, ito talaga gagawin nila. Hindi, smokescreen lang. No. Ateneo has to take control of that by saying what they're gonna do next. And so far naman, with the CSIP law firm and them saying that they'll take accountability, are good next steps. We just need more. Clear suggestions to inform were articulated by students, student athletes, and professors who used their knowledge and experience to the best of their ability. We as a community were united in our appeal to the administration to listen to our voices and hold them with importance and weight. This appeal that we have for so long waited to be addressed squarely and honestly. I think next steps also that Ateneo mentioned can be seen in this bullet point. When Ateneo said that UAO suspending off-campus practices and upcoming competitions, diba? Them weighing that against the fact that Ateneo students might lose their potential sports careers, they decided on that anyway. So that's a very big thing. Okay? There is so much more to say after the community's meeting, but I want to say that the bravery, critical outlook, and commitment to institutional change that our community members displayed in that meeting is what truly carry the values our university has. That's reason enough. In grieving, okay, wala na. Ateneo, listen to your community. Justice for Rene and Divine. Protect. Basically, it's just calling out Ateneo after all. Parang it's more props to the audience who was brave enough to ask our leaders what the hell they're doing more than anything else. And then another call out to Ateneo na do your job properly. Okay? Yeah, I mean, is it more a connection than it is a potential bias? I think it's a cognitive bias to see that there are Ateneans in the CSIP law firm. It's a heuristic, right? It's a confirmation bias. Is it na okay? Ateneo must be doing something shady under the table, and then Ateneo gets CSIP, a reputable law firm. No, Ateneo must be doing something shady under the table with CSIP. What? The lawyers in CSIP are from Ateneo? Yeah, that must be it. That's the shady thing there. No, it's a heuristic. It's a cognitive bias. We're gonna find all kinds of alumni and university graduates from CSIP, and it's no surprise, right? Ano sila, maghahanap ng top law firm and kailangan walang Atenisa sa top law firm? Doesn't make sense. It's a cognitive bias. It's like name a law firm that won't have any students from the top universities of the school. Right? Like, I'm not just dropping Ateneo. Any. Like, di ba? Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, we'll remain critical. Kaya naman sinabi ng Ateneo, di ba, na we will be accountable. So it's a good start. We're not yet, kumbaga, hindi pa nagsisimula, talo na kaagad. Because we do want Ateneo to, we all want the same thing, for Ateneo not to escape this. But as early as now, to say, to be overly skeptic is, you know, I would say probably already stepping over the line into pessimism, right? Like, it's okay to be skeptical, but pessimism also weighs heavily over our biases. Could be. Like, okay, I mean, let's be real, Chad. Name a top law firm that will not have graduates from the top universities of the school. None. Like, so, kahit anong law firm pa yung piliin ng Ateneo, there will be graduates from top schools who are, in one way or another, affiliated to the university that hired it. You know what I mean? Diba? They're like it's a loop. It's a loop. There's no way to actually see it. I totally get it. I totally get the skepticism. It's just that, where do we start? Do we start with picking the law firm, or do we start with do we start with picking a reputable law firm, or do we pick a law firm na walang kabrad sa Ateneo? But again, I get it. It's grain of salt lang naman yung sinasabi ni Romeo. It's not deal breaker. So grain of salt um, is something to take note of in this case. Joe, what's up? Chuck, welcome to the stream. Mine is not so. I mean, yeah, I guess I do have a bias because it's inherent. It's inherent. Like, I'll never be able to remove myself from this bias. But I'm more after the conclusions still. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So, good question to ask me and to check me here. Na hindi ba biased din ako? Yes. And I want to be aware of that. That's why I want to put my focus on the conclusions, or the evidence, and then we'll talk, right? If like it's like, we can speculate all we want right now, but we're gonna hit the wall pretty fast. But if we speculate with more information on the table, parang mas magiging productive yung speculation na yun. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Na let's do all of that. Okay, let's do all of that when we see the fact-finding body release their methodologies, right? Because doon naman natin makikita yung mga butas eh. If you have something like CSIP here, and then they have a methodology and it gets public, people criticize it or critique it, hihimayin, bakit ito, ano lang, ang in-interview nyo, ito lang. Itong tatlo lang. Bakit yung pang-apat na tao hindi nyo in-interview? Bakit di nyo in-interview? You know what I mean? Then we can scrutinize them for it. But it won't stop us from being skeptical now. It's just that there's not a lot of productivity there, where we all want next steps right now. We want concrete ideas that we can start building a foundation on when it comes to being critical about the topic. June there has a good point. Oo nga, no? Okay, I think June has a pretty blunt point there. Blunt point. Wow. Wow, that's a really good um set of words. Oo nga naman. I think CSIP will not destroy its reputation just to protect Ateneo. Good point. I think they are also cooperating with the government, right? With the CIDG. They are cooperating with the government. Like their students, there you go. Their students literally went to the CIDG today. So that's also okay, right? Isn't that also good news? But that's the yun yung ano, 'di ba? Like I, if Ateneo cooperates with the government and just the government, ay ano 'yan? Problema 'yan. May ano 'yan, may lagay 'yan sigurado. Kasi yung mga Marcos, pinsan nila yung mga Araneta. Yung mga Marcos at Araneta, connected yan sa mga Romualdez. Yung mga Romualdez connected sa mga Aquino. Yung mga Aquino Atinista. You know what I mean? Like there is no way out of this. So I'd like to think na I think the correct approach here is to combine all of the ideas that we have, and that Ateneo should partner up with multiple fact-finding bodies, government, just like what JR said, and private, as with CSIP. It's just nuts to me. I don't think Ateneo has that much money. But again, it's okay to be speculative, right? Like I'm 100% down for speculations, but we have to make sure that we are speculative, not pessimistic, right? There's a fine line at this point because it's also dusted. A lot of our biases are also dusted with frustrations, doubt, and disappointments. So best to channel that when we have more to work with. Right now, speculation is okay. Grain of salt is healthy, but putting it all in right now might not be a good idea. Yeah. So what will happen talaga? What will happen? Um, I uh, I don't know, Chad. Like I just want to see what will happen at this point. Because we will have more to work with then. Right now, speculation is cool, but sayang sa energy. We'll see later on. I'm sure millions of eyes are on this as well, and when they see that there's something iffy or sketchy with Ateneo's or CSIP or the government even. I mean, here's also what's cool, right? If whatever the government puts out in their investigation is amiss with what other third party investigators find, then it will be a party for us. 'Di ba? Yeah, ayun. Same tayo na sinabi. Romeo. Pag nag-align yan, G. Kapag di nag-align, it's gonna be content farming, baby. Content na tayo for days. Ano na tayo? Dr. Quack Quack journalist na tayo. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see this. Thank you for the call out, and it's healthy to be speculative, just not more than that at this point. That's deep business, JR. That's true too. Um, That's true too. So, I guess the correct answer here would be to find alternatives, di ba? Find alternatives. What works better? Find alternatives, combine resources. Because it will never really end if no matter who Ateneo chooses, magkakaroon ng doubts. So, tama na lang, no? Corroborating amongst and you know, meshing of the evidence or the findings will allow us to make better decisions. Okay. Okay, we can move on from the town hall because we also still have one more thing about Ateneo to talk about. Kiefer Alas and Sam Reyes. This one is big, chat. Kiefer Alas and, Sam Reyes were at Pia Hontiveros' podcast earlier. Pia Hontiveros announced it yesterday and that the video went out, I think, at 6 p.m. earlier today. Question, magkapatid ba si... magkapatid ba si Pia Hontiveros at si Risa Hontiveros? They are certainly look alike. Oh, wow. Wow, what a powerhouse of a family. Imagine being their sibling. Tapos live streamer lang ako. No. Lord have mercy. Yeah, okay. So, for JR, ang sagot ni JR, cooperate with the government's investigation, period. Hire lawyers to mediate. And what if Ched intervenes? Or worse, the OP? Office of the President? I think the President is already intervening, right? Malacanang has already spoken about this. Malacanang, I think, last week already said that they want Ateneo to cooperate with the government. As in, na-call out yung Ateneo ng Malacanang sometime late last week. I think Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm biased, so thank you for widening my POV. Na yeah, hindi lang enough na sisip, kailangan government, kailangan tingnan din natin yung results, and let's see what happens. Okay. So apparently there were warnings, like based on these quotable quotes. Coach Tab explained about the rip currents and how to get out of it. We had a pretty long discussion. Swim vertical to the shore pag may rip current, and they warned us about uneven sand. Chat, you know, at this point, what's unhealthy? Like I'd like to think that we're having a healthy discussion because we're widening our views. We are giving our opinions. Pero lahat may sense. Chat, alam mo yung toxic? Yung mga comment section ngayon. Sobrang toxic ng comment section, chat. Ayun, no? Sobrang toxic na mga comment section. Like, here are the student athletes themselves talking about it. The students who were there themselves talking about it. So I guess remember when I said there's a fine line between being speculative and pessimistic or overly doubtful that it clouds your entire judgment already. Grabe yung mga comments dito against the players, against I mean, not that I'm saying hindi deserve ng Ateneo na magalit yung tao sa kanila, but it's already pure emotion. Like, nag-turn off, reptile brain na lang yung gumagana. That reptilian part of our brain, that's the only thing functioning right now. The logic, the frontal lobe, chat, totally gone in these comment sections. And I hate it that it's gone that way, but that's also Ateneo's fault, 'di ba? Yun naman yung pinaka-problema na pino-point out natin sa Ateneo last week eh. The fact that they lost the narrative. Oh, ambot ninyong mga bata, 'di ba? Scripted kayo. Weird, man. Like, why only talk now? Anong why only speak up now? Dude, namatayan sila ng Team 8. They had to carry the bodies of their lifeless teammates last week. They themselves had to recover through trauma. Like, to be fair, isang linggo lang nagsasalita na sila. Isang linggo lang. Right? Like, man. And then people here, like, I get that we're demanding more, but this is on a whole nother level. Bakla ka, mga taga doon nga, hindi naliligo dahil alam nila na humihila pa ilalim ng dagat. Ano kayo, superhero? Like, what the fuck is that comment, man? What are these comments, bro? Anyway, we can move on. So, the podcast here, like, look at this guy. He looks so defeated, man. This guy's also floating.
This is what I would like us to do, and you agreed to this, no? Because nga, ang sabi sa akin is that you want to talk, no? So for me, it's as simple as we just want to know what happened, no? So para bang the overarching umbrella big question is what happened. So we've talked about it from the very start hanggang ngayon, kung ano talaga nangyari, no? So again, the question there is...
Yeah, JR. That's the fundamental attribution error. Never ko na makakalimutan yun. Fundamental attribution error. We reserve comments for ourselves because special tayo until it happens to us.
What happened? So
oh, you're right to question. I feel like as with quotable quotes, June, the context is always very vague. And you know, it doesn't help that sometimes the goal of quoting or clipping is to generate engagement and viewership. So maybe it's not best that I showed you that quote after all. Because ako naman, ang take ko dito, parang dinedefend nila yung coach, right? Like if I had to be overly critical and very negative about it, pagtingin ko dito, ikaw, ang take mo dito, June, parang kasalanan pa ng mga namatay na hindi nila sinunod yung instructions. Ako naman, ang take ko dito, parang ina-absolve nila si Coach Tab. Kasi apparently, nagkaroon na pala ng mahabang discussion on how to do this. Parang nililinis nila yung pangalan ng coaching staff ng school na may instructions naman na pala eh. So, ibig sabihin, accident lang talaga. 'Di ba? But I don't want to too much. I don't want to create too much assumptions. I really only picked this page just to show you just to intro the topic. So, I get it. Right now, ano rin tayo eh. Di rin natin alam. But yeah. So, we won't really watch this. So, I asked again. I asked Gemini, and hopefully this prompt was good enough. I asked Gemini to give us an executive summary. So I read through this. Allow me to read through some of this again. Breaking the information vacuum. Surviving Blue Eagles gave their first public interview. So the hazing rumors debunked. Period. And then the drill itself occurred during a light the fateful drill, yung incident itself occurred during a light water agility exercise where players mirrored a coach's movements while standing in thigh-deep water near the shoreline. So thigh-deep. You have to think about how tall these people are, right? Anong average height ng mga basketball players na to. So knee-deep, thigh-deep, could easily mean much deeper for a lot of people. But point is, hindi malalim para sa kanila at least. And then, yun na nga, successive, unexpected large waves rapidly eroded the sandbar, which is, what they're standing up on, and swept the players out of their depths into open water and triggering mass panic. Like, you can just imagine the scene. Remember when I showed you the video yesterday? Yung video kung saan bit-bit nila, nirescue na nila yung katawan ni Adili, and they were walking on waters that are only up until their calves for many meters. Meaning to say, sobrang haba nung stretch na mababaw. And then suddenly, with the successive waves, siguro na naukit yung sand sa ilalim, lumalim bigla, nahatak. I mean, like, think about it this way, chat. And I don't know if I get the physics right. If the waves that crash are able to scoop all that sand that you're standing on beneath you, ano ka lang compared sa sand na yun? Like, compare your weight to all that sand na kayang iscoop pabalik nung ocean, nung waves. Right? You're really gonna get into a lot of trouble. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd like to think too, Romeo. And then of course they debunked the weight belts, the ankle weights. And then ito na, this is where it gets interesting. Because there is now pointing of fingers. And this is where investigations will have to straighten facts out. The first responders apparently were passive, chat. Players reported that resort lifeguards and local emergency personnel failed to assist during the panic, leaving the traumatized athletes to pull their own teammates from the water. Now, if you remember the interview of the paramedic that we watched the other day, unang sablay niya, gusto niyang itigil yung CPR para raw dalhin sa ospital. A lot of you panicked in chat saying, you never stop CPR. Pangalawang sinabi nung paramedic, it only took them 6 minutes from the time of the call to get there. But how come we have something like this? Local emergency personnel failed to assist during the panic. But it could be two different things. Maybe the local emergency personnel is different from the paramedic. And then the cyberbullying, because of Ateneo's lame response to the public, surviving players have been subjected to baseless accusations. Amid the tragedy and the ensuing public relations crisis, Tab Baldwin and Epo Kimpo resigned. No gag order. Okay? This also debunks one of the things that were being thrown around in the rumor mill, basically saying na una sigurong ginawa ng Ateneo, nagpa-NDA, gag order lahat. Here we are a week later, and they're all already talking across different public avenues. While the university did not issue a formal gag orders, the players initially kept quiet while waiting for an institutional fact-finding process that has yet to yield clear public answers. Despite battling severe survivors' guilt and trauma, both Alas and Reyes intend to eventually return to the court to dedicate their future athletic seasons to their fallen brothers. Fuck, hirap, no? Here. Perhaps the most damning takeaway is the breakdown in emergency response. While coaches, this one is very heartbreaking to read. While coaches and teammates frantically tried to save each other, the players explicitly noted that local first responders and resort staff were allegedly passive spectators, with one individual even filming the tragedy on his phone rather than helping.
There was one guy who was just, he had like his phone out like that, but I was wondering why. Pero di talaga makasalita kami ni Coach Sandro. We were just like, we couldn't focus talaga with what's happening. It was just we were overwhelmed talaga. Pero I saw it with my eyes that he was just filming.
He was taking video, filming. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a photo of him in the ambulance or him getting dragged out in a stretcher. I'm pretty sure that was him.
Yeah. No, I saw those photos. Yeah. The very first photo.
There was one guy nga po was just, he had like his phone out like that po.
Okay, yeah, that was intense, right? And then again, yung Adili still having a pulse. That one is a pervasive rumor. We don't know how accurate that is, because at first it was just the internet saying na may pulso pa si Adili, and then now there are also players saying that they heard from other players, right, na may pulse pa si Adili. So bakit tinigil yung CPR?
Third wave po. Like,
Yeah.
that's when everyone started screaming na po.
Oh.
I want to hear this one, actually, chat. I want to hear this one. Sorry. I keep messing that one up.
Okay lang po.
Where were you? If this is the water, he was here. Where were you guys? Where were you boys? Here?
So,
Behind him?
so this is Coach Dean. And then we lined up parang from the shore. Then yung pinaka dulo po is papunta ng open water. And then we would
Walk together.
Yeah.
Together. Okay. But none of you were in the water or kahit like your
No, we were in the water.
We were
you were in the
Yes,
water. Okay, wait. Let me clarify that. So you were in the water ankle deep, knee deep, waist deep.
Thigh, yeah.
Sorry?
Around the thigh
Thigh
area.
Thigh.
Yeah.
Pero I don't know po sa iba. I think kasi po ako po yung closest to the open water po.
Okay.
Because parang halos nasa dulo na po ako ng line.
I was kinda close to Sam then. Like, we were like towards the back of the line.
Okay. But the water where you were was until
Around the thigh po, yeah.
thigh. Where dito? Where? Can you indicate where?
Around siguro po here.
There. Okay.
Malalim nun.
So if you're
Uy, malalim
in thigh
yun.
deep,
Yung malalim yun, chat. He almost pointed to his hip bone. Hip bone? Yeah, right? That's freaking deep. Like if you get pulled, look at where he pointed. If you get pulled, you won't have balance at all.
deep water and you're walking, what did the sand under you feel like?
At first it was even po. Then parang nung nag-walk po kami ng few meters, parang lumalalim na po siya ng onte.
Okay. And when you say you were walking parallel to the shore, correct? Not towards the open
No.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Parallel to the shore. So
Yes,
if this
po.
is the shore, you are walking this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
po.
Same,
Yes,
Keith?
po.
Oh, parallel, not away from the shore. Okay.
And for you, what did it feel like when you're walking in, sabi nyo, thigh deep water? What did the sand under feel like?
And then, kung mahatak ka, yung hatak sa'yo galing sa gilid mo, ibig sabihin. Because you're walking parallel to the shore.
To you?
It felt normal po. Like,
Normal.
exact same as what Sam said po.
Okay. So while you were doing that mirroring, how many minutes was that going on?
Oh,
Parang-
less than 1 minute pa lang yata.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
less
were
than 1 minute.
just starting po. Na
Oh. And then,
parang onting meters pa lang po. Then
Yeah.
parang lumakas na po bigla yung mga alon.
what happened? Biglang?
Lumakas po yung alon.
Lumakas yung alon. When you say alon, do you mean the wave? The wave was crashing onto shore?
Yes,
Yes po.
Sa inyo?
Yes, po.
How tall was the wave at that time?
It was bigger than us po.
Yeah.
Oh
Bigger
my
than us. And you were in thigh deep water, tas if this is the top of your head, andito siya.
Yes,
Ganon?
Ganun po, opo.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So yung first, was it like one wave at a time or was it sunod-sunod?
There's like a time frame, like one wave, then wait a couple seconds, then the other one.
Yes po.
Yeah.
Okay.
At first po, we were having fun, laughing on the
Yeah.
first wave.
Oo, parang it's like parang, uy,
Masaya po
sarap,
eh.
ganon.
Opo.
Everybody's
Yes po.
like that, no? Parang nadadala kayo, ganon.
Oh my
Yes po.
Yun lang.
God. Imagine what's happening, no? Laughing, laughing, laughing. Next thing you know, mass panic. Oh.
It was fun.
Pero
Immediate,
after the first wave, it went up a bit, but we didn't really think much of it.
Yeah.
Like
What
just
went up? Yung
the
parang
water.
Yung water po.
like,
the water.
naging
Okay. So from thigh,
Two chests.
biglang dito.
Yes
parang
po.
ganun po, opo, around that.
Okay. And you didn't think that something was wrong?
We thought the wave just made hakot the sand, or maybe it just pulled us. We're not sure.
Okay.
But,
But
yeah.
that was after the first wave?
Yes
Opo.
Okay. And then the second wave was?
So, halos the same height.
Yun na nga, June, di ba? That's the question we all have and want to know. Like, and again, all that I'm thinking about here is, this is Ateneo's 5th time. Was this 5th time na ng Ateneo to run this activity? So, is it really an accident that, ever since naman, Ateneo knows what they're doing? Or has it been negligent since day one, since the first time they did it, and that it was just an accident waiting to happen? There's a difference. There's a difference in that. Because I'd like to think that it's the latter, that it's always been an accident waiting to happen. It was never safe to begin with. And if they wanted to do this, they should have been overly prepared for it. So, bakit nangyari to? What's their business there? I'm 100% with you, June. And I wanna find out the answers. I mean, nagsisimula pa lang yung practice, sabi nila Romeo, 1 minute pa lang silang nagpa-practice. So alam mo yung medyo they were probably getting into the mood, I don't know. Oh shit, napindot ko. Let's just go to the actual video. Let's go to, I want to watch it. 1948.
Then we lined up parang
A lot of people were saying, why were they brought to the beach and to the water
Ayan,
when
ito.
you don't swim as a basketball player? But there were activities.
It was more like a running, no, not running, like walking, jogging inside
Okay.
on the water.
Okay. Sino yung coach na yun na you were mirroring?
Ayun, no. It's the jogging or walking in the water. And there is a lot of benefits to water exercises. But again, bakit sa open water? Bakit doon? Alam naman nilang malakas yung waves. So that's something that, I really want to get to the bottom of. But let's forward it a bit to where we left off a while ago.
Sure.
Okay.
But,
But
yeah.
that was after the first wave.
Yes
Opo.
Okay. And then the second wave was?
So, halos the same height as the first one po.
yes.
Okay. And at that point, sa second wave, at least the two of you felt like it's okay. Parang,
Nung nag-second wave po, bigla pong may wave po din na sumabay po. Parang sunod-sunod na po starting from the second wave.
okay. Kasing taas ng second wave.
Similar heights po.
Similar heights.
Yes po.
And parang were there seconds in between or it was like just crashing?
Ayun na nga no? So talagang bumigay nga yung sand sa ilalim nila. Kasi sinabi nila kanina, napansin nila, from thigh high, naging chest high na.
Parang
Yung
nagtatidal.
second and third po, parang like sunod-sunod. Pero yung third to fourth, parang may konting time, but still big.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We cannot, we're not able to zoom in, but I just wanted to ask you if you could just draw yung parang placement ng tao. Okay? I mean, where you were in the water.
Okay
Is
lang.
that okay? From what you remember
Go.
lang. Okay? And then I will hold it up later. So, kunyari, this is the, let's say this is the beach. Okay? So, beach. And then, so this is the resort, diba? Okay, so this is all water. Sige. Show me where, sorry. Okay. So, I'm drawing. Yeah, where was Coach Dean? Okay. That's Coach Dean. Okay. Ah, ganon.
Yes, po.
Okay, so hindi parallel to the water. You're perpendicular. Okay. Okay. Pero you're 6. So where were the others?
Ano po?
Ah, everybody was lined up. Okay. How many in total? How many were you?
20.
20. Okay. Can I have the ano? Okay,
So,
just
Ano po, yung like yung farthest.
If they're perpendicular, I hope they show the photo. Because if they're perpendicular to the beach, this is what I imagine it to look like. Alright, let me show you my masterful digital art chat. So, the way I understand it is, kung ito yung beach, if they're perpendicular to the water, let me just grab, there you go. No. There. This is the beach. Right? And then this is the waters. Ito yung waters. Okay. That is the suckiest drawing, chat. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, this is the beach. Yan. Beach. Water. Okay. Okay? Okay? Yeah, yeah. If they are perpendicular to the beach, this means that eto sila. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way to 20. Right? Yun yung sinabi niya, di ba? So, basically, ito yung beach. They're perpendicular to the shoreline. Kaya sinasabi nung isang guy, di ba? Sinasabi nung isang guy na ako po yung isa sa pinakamalayo. Pinakamalayo siguro relative to this guy. So, okay.
Po to the open water where marunong mag-swimming po.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yun. Yung pinakamalayo, right? Yung pinakamalayo dito, yung pinakamalayo, sila yung sinabi niya, yung marunong mag-swim in open water.
Okay, so sino nandito sa likod?
EJ.
EJ and
Malcolm.
EJ and Malcolm were here.
Yes po.
Nearest the open water. And you, Keith, where were you? Here, dito banda. Okay. Okay, so of course, like I said, hindi maka-zoom in, no? But well, so this is what Keith drew.
Yeah,
Resort.
there you go.
This is the beach. This is their coach, and then they were all lined up like this.
There you go.
And Sam
yeah.
and Keith were somewhere here.
There
Okay.
you go.
So you said
We got it,
first
we got
wave and
it.
then second, third. Yeah, Sam.
May I add din po?
Go ahead.
Coach John was...
He was right
Yeah.
Here, Coach John was here.
Yes.
And Coach CJ po.
Where? Where was Coach CJ?
Behind us po.
Here.
Yeah, that's a coach.
Ah, okay. So, Coach Dean is here on the beach. Coach John is here. Sorry, who's that?
CJ.
CJ, your strength and conditioning.
Yes po.
Okay, so
So si CJ yung si CJ yung pinaka nasa open water, yung isang coach.
siya yung nandito. Okay, then what happened next?
This was EJ 6'7" from Hawaii. Then right in front of him was 6'10" Malcolm from Canada. They both know how to swim really well, but
Okay. Okay. So EJ 6'7", Malcolm 6'10",
yes, but
and then we're talking just for the audience, those who are listening, we're talking about how they were arranged in that one line. So like you said, EJ the farthest towards the water, EJ 6'7", Malcolm 6'10", and then Divine already? Hindi.
Divine,
was
Sam
in the middle.
Yeah,
Ah, sa
Divine
gitna. So EJ,
Divine was kind of here po, in the middle.
middle area.
okay, middle siya. Nearer the shore than you both.
Yes po.
Yes
The
po.
two of you were farther from the shore.
'Cause they weren't marunong mag-swimming po.
Okay.
Hindi sila marunong mag-swimming.
Okay.
So, the two FSAs were parang
Closer.
natatakot sa ocean and then,
So nilagay
There were-
sila dito nearer the shore.
yes po.
No? So EJ, Malcolm, and then who was after Malcolm?
Ako po. And then,
Ikaw na, Sam. Okay.
And then, Rene was by my right side po. And then, Keith.
Oh, I thought you were in one line.
yes,
Yes
po.
po. He was like right in front of him, but here.
Right.
Because we
Here.
were facing
Yeah,
here
because they're
po. So
walking na,
basically,
diba? They're
nasa
walking-
right side.
Okay.
Because they're
You're
walking
in one
like
line,
this.
but you're not facing the.
Yeah, they're not facing the shore. They're not facing the shore because they're all walking. They're all walking in this direction. Right? Kaya niya sinabi na si Malcolm isa siya sa mga nasa dulo. And then kaya si Rene nasa kanan niya because they're all walking in this direction in a straight line perpendicular to the beach.
The shore you're facing.
Paside.
Okay. Again, EJ, Malcolm, Sam, Rene, and then
Keith, me,
Keith,
Kiefer,
and then
the other rookie, JM.
JM, and then do you remember who else?
I don't.
Okay. So this was the arrangement ninyong lahat when the waves started to come.
Yes po.
Okay. So di ba you said first wave everybody's happy, second wave okay lang. But then you notice na biglang tumaas yung tubig until here because you said earlier the water was only until thigh ano.
I hope we get to the part where one of them says chat na parang one of them I only read an account na sinabi ng isa sa mga kids na hindi na siya umasa. At one point, akala niya mamatay na siya because it felt like it was 20 seconds of just drowning. And he kind of felt like that's it. That's it for him. And this is where his life ends. Until he was able now to feel the sand beneath his feet. Can you imagine? And then he's here now doing a podcast to make us happy so that we would get better answers as the public.
Height, no? And then, at what point did you realize and nung nagkagulo na talaga?
The second wave po.
Second
talaga.
wave pa lang.
Actually, no, second wave, one of our teammates started screaming help.
Ah, yeah?
Kasi he was
Who?
around
Where?
Kyle Gamber.
Kyle, where was he?
He was around my area, me and JM. Like us three were like near to each other. Tas
Okay.
parang he got separated and went to the back po.
Oh, nadala siya. O, yun na yung... Okay. So, from the middle, he gets swept in. Parang parang nahatak siya
Opo.
near the water. So, all of a sudden, he was here.
The weird thing up was we were all laughing kasi we thought he was just joking.
Okay.
Nung first wave po talaga kasi, we were riding the wave and we didn't realize na hinahatak na po kami.
Oo. So,
Tapos nung second wave po, dun na po talaga namin na-realize na
something was wrong because
Yes.
Kyle had already said na...
That's true, VQT. So even if Rene is a good swimmer, or yun yung claim, according to one of the comments here, at the same time, ano rin if you... The open waters are very dangerous. It's not enough na you know how to swim, or you know how to swim well. I think it takes a different skill set to swim in open water. Period.
help na.
Opo.
Ganon. And then, what happened next?
Third wave po. Like,
Yeah.
that's when everyone started screaming na po.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Why?
Because we couldn't reach the water po.
The ground.
Yeah, the ground po.
Your feet could not touch the ground anymore.
Si Malcolm, our 6'10 teammate, parang
Yeah.
it was here na for this mouth.
Okay.
Kami, 6'2 lang yata.
Yeah.
6'3 lang yata kami ni Sam.
Yeah. But where were you? You were still here, or
No.
you had moved
Moved back po.
back na more into the
Yes.
water, deeper
actually
into the
po,
water.
Coach John was screaming us to go to the right, but kahit anong gawin po namin,
Hindi
like,
kaya po.
we were
Yeah.
getting...
Okay, when he said go to the right, I still think that go to the right means go, kasi di ba lahat sila, they're walking to the left. Or they're walking in this direction. Right? They're all walking in this direction. I suppose go to the right means, if they're all facing there, go to the right means go here. Right? Go to the right, go to the right, go to the right. And then kahit anong ginagawa nila, they just kept getting swept back into the open water is what I think. Yeah. Yeah, ayan, go to the right pero di nila magawa.
Go,
In the
ano
current.
sabi ni Coach John? Go to the right. What right?
Like we were
Near the
walking
beach.
yeah, like towards the sand.
Yeah.
Going towards the sand, the
yeah.
shore. Okay. And you were all trying to swim?
Yes po.
You couldn't touch the bottom of the...
No.
Okay. And
That's
then
the worst
what?
thing you can do to chat. Panic in open water. And it is terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. It is very, very terrifying to not be able to touch the floor with your feet. It's not something that is intuitive. Diba? It's not something that we should all know what to do in that instance. It's literally, lalo na kung may fear ka, if you don't know how to swim, easy panic.
What next?
I think that's when it all started, no?
Yeah, parang all of us were panicking na po and we didn't know what to do. Kumbaga po, parang nag-scatter po kami in the water.
It's like cluster po yung kasama.
Yeah, okay. Do you mind if you, again, can you draw, Keith, show us where, and then
I'm curious to know where all the coaches are at this point. Where Coach Tab is. I mean, I think they maybe outlined it here already. But we skipped all of that.
I'll put up
It's such an engaging podcast though. Can we agree to stop somewhere, chat? Can we agree to stop what happened? Are you okay, chat? You okay? I lost all of you. Oh, hold on. We're running out of computer space. Wait. Yeah, we're running out of space. Hold on, chat. Let me just delete some videos from last night. Okay. I had to make space lang. Okay. Sorry. Sorry kung naglag. Okay. Can we all agree to stop at around when they start talking about the emergency response?
paper para
I remember where I was, but I don't remember where Sam was.
Oh, sige. Where you were? Where did you end up in?
I'll write our names down.
Yeah,
po,
sige.
ha? It was EJ,
Okay.
Keith, Divine, JM.
Okay.
Then Malcolm was like towards here. That's all I remember.
That's what you remember. Okay,
Yes,
Sam,
po.
where were you? Do you remember where you
Uh,
ended up in?
Parang nung after po nung second wave, me and Drew, Bongo po, we already were swimming hard to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then parang we were nandito po. Siguro nandito po.
Okay.
And then after like nung nakatouch na po kami ng sand, we looked back and then nakita po namin na problema na po yung other teammates namin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
we swam back to them po to help.
That's the part 2, right? Oh, can you imagine all the things that are running in your mind? You just saved your life. You saved yourself. You almost thought you were gonna die. You swam. You finally touched sand. You're safe. And then you see everybody struggling. Like, it's almost automatic because of the kind of relationship these people have na, I'll go back into the fire and save you not thinking about my own life, even if it means risk of death too. So, parang for them to have to go through that process, um, we're all asking the same questions, chat. Ba't kailangan dito? Ano yung tawag sa exercise na to? Bakit kailangan, di ba? So, damn.
You swam back out.
Yes po.
Okay. Did either of you see where Rene was at that point?
I didn't
No.
see Rin.
couldn't see.
I only saw Divine po.
Divine, and you said he was with you. Okay, let me just put it up so that for the camera, no. So earlier, like Sina Keith drew, so the activity was there was a coach here, and then they were in a line, and then
Yung isang coach ang lalim din pala, oh.
according to you boy,
And then here pa. Okay, hindi malayong mangyari ito. Imagine somebody going through the same horror, right? Maybe isa lang sila sa naunang nakaalis, right? Got back in
after the
Hold on.
second and
Back. Okay, imagine these two, right? Na struggling, was able to touch sand, got back into the waters to save their teammates. Hindi malayong mangyari that not everybody had that automatic thinking. Maybe some of them suffered far too long, got very exhausted, but was able to save themselves, and then thought twice about going back na into the open water to save everybody else. Think first. That's okay, right? That's called self-preservation. They're not being selfish. They're exhausted, and would you rather have two people dead, or rest first perhaps, and then kapag nakapagpahinga, recover lang ng onte, sugod na ulit sa tubig para habulin yung teammates or i-rescue. So imagine those who were in that predicament of not knowing if they should go and then namatayan ka ng teammate. Imagine what you're gonna have to think about for the rest of your life na, fuck, I could have done something about it. I could have gone there. I could have, ba't ko pa kinailangan magpahinga? Diba? I was selfish for not being able to do more. And I think that's one of the things that they grapple with talaga in this podcast as well.
So Divine po.
Divine, and you said he was with you. Okay, let me just put it up so that for the camera, no. So the activity was two boys. After the second and during the third wave, that's when nag-scatter. So that's where, and you drew this, Keith. So EJ, you, Keith, JM, and Divine were here, and then Malcolm here, and then you, Sam, and Drew, you ended up in this spot, no? Okay, and then what happened next after that?
I heard Sultan, the other FSA, screaming for help. So he was near, so I went to him first. I was trying to drag him po to near shore. Nung nakita ko na po na may ibang tumulong na po sa kanya, I looked at Malcolm, because Malcolm was with Ian, and we knew na Ian doesn't know how to.
By the way, this is totally unrelated, but this is the most awkward thing in any podcast moment. Asking your guest to bring the mic closer to their mouth. Because on the one hand, you don't want to be rude in the way you say it, na parang bang inuutusan mo sila. But also on the other, if you don't do that, you end up in this situation.
Malcolm, because
Yung tinulak ni Pia Hontiveros yung mic. Totally normal, but at the same time, just saying it's such an awkward thing.
Malcolm was with Ian, and we knew na Ian doesn't know how to swim po.
Yeah.
So nahirapan na po si Ian, and I thought Malcolm was standing because parang nakaganon lang po siya, tapos nakasampa po si Ian.
Nakaano?
Nakasampa po, parang he was clinging to Malcolm po.
Okay.
So when I got there po, I was parang telling Ian to go to me, like parang
Okay.
nung sumampad naman po sa akin si Ayan, I tried to reach the floor pero it was so deep na po talaga.
And you were here, diba? You said
I swam all the way to Malcolm po.
here. Okay.
Napalayo, lumayo siya.
So from here you swam all the way here. That's where sina Ayan were
Yeah.
and Malcolm.
Pero kasi po, nung time na yan po, waves were still coming in and palayo na po kami.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So even if you swam to where Malcolm and Ayan were, they were not in the original position
Yes,
where you
po.
said. So in other words, everybody was being
Dragged
pulled
po.
into
Yes.
the deeper part of the ocean.
Yes.
Ganon. Okay.
Horrible.
And then what happened next?
Nung sumampa po sa akin si Ayan, parang I was pushing him up to breathe. Kasi po, he was totally panicking and nakainom na din po ng madaming tubig.
Oh, fuck.
And then, when I needed to breathe po, he would go to Malcolm. Tapos he would cling to Malcolm. Tapos, when I got up, parang seconds lang po yung pahinga po. Like, tapos sumampa ulit po sa akin si Ayan. Then, I was just thinking about na to help my brother na si Ayan po.
Yeah, man. They're describing it so vividly.
Pero nung pangalawa pong beses, doon na din po ako nakakainom ng tubig. Parang nagpapanik na din po ako nun. Tapos nung parang kailangan ko na po talaga huminga. Tinulak ko po si Ayan papunta kay Malcolm. Tapos nag-iisip na po ako na kung di po ako umalis dito, mamamatay na din po ako. Kasi po, ang dami na din po ako nainom na tubig. And then, nag-total panic na din po ako. I was trying to swim back to shore po. Kahit, like, sobrang lakas po nung pag-swim ko. I was still there in that moment. Like, parang di
Yo, chat, just think about the way they're recounting their events. Yeah. Just think about them recounting the events and then just them as they're telling the story having pictures in their heads of what happened. Bigat, no? Like to an extent, I do feel a little awful about how I wanted to know and hear from these players ASAP. Because now that I'm watching them tell the story, there's a lot of fear and a lot of pain in their words. Because where does their story end, right? In this situation, it results in the death of two of their teammates. So, alam mo yung they're recalling everything. Meanwhile, a movie is playing in their heads. A movie that concludes in, the worst possible way. And then, yun nga, napaisip si Sam. If I'm not mistaken, this is Sam. Sabi ni Sam na, kung di pa ako aalis dito, mamamatay na ako. So he had to, nag-act na yung self-preservation niya. He already took the risk. And then, I don't know, what's he gonna say next? Guilty siya for that?
Di po ako gumagalaw.
He can't feel guilty.
Tapos, I had to rest. Parang I sank to the bottom of the sand and just jumped.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was breathing, trying to tread po, yung parang floating na, they said kasi po na, nung sa meeting na, if, pag napagod, mag-tread po.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing that po, taking, a deep breath and then started swimming hard again. Pero kahit anong gawin ko po, I was still there. by
So
that
did
time
you think, Sam, parang was your life flashing before your eyes and you were
yes
thinking
po.
na I might not get out of here?
Yeah. Basically, nung parang third time ko po mag-try, doon na po ako na parang napaisip na hindi na ata ako makakalabas dito.
Damn. Ito yata si Sam yata yun, Yel, hindi si Alas.
Tapos, parang there was an urge na, kasi po pagod na ako. Then, something came up to my mind na kaya ko pa to. So I started screaming very loud on top of my lungs po. Then keep on doing like swimming very hard. Pero to the point na sobrang pagod na po ako. Tapos nandun pa rin po ako. Like doon na po ako parang napaisip na mag-give up po kasi wala pong nangyayari talaga. Nung sumisigaw po ako, nakita po ako ng coaching staff, si Sir Jeric and Coach Dean. Nung nakita po nila ako, sumisigaw na lang po sila sa akin na mag-float. Yung parang float na nakahiga lang po sa
Yeah,
tubig.
dead float. Dead man's float.
So, nung narinig ko po sila, nung una po parang natatakot ako gawin kasi po malakas po yung waves and parang may mga tubig na pumapasok na to sa mouth ko. And di po ako magaling mag-float. Nung tinry ko po, parang I didn't know where I was heading. So, parang it took me a long time to be attentive where I am. Pero nakahinga naman po ako ng onte. Pero there was still water going through my face po na nakakainom po ng tubig. And then when I face up po, parang tumayo, parang from nakahiga po, gumanon po ako. Tapos nakita ko po na sobrang layo ko na po sa shore.
Where did you end up in? All the way
Out po.
all the way out?
Yes po.
Okay.
So,
Shit. Think about that too, chat, no? Na ano ka, like you're all the way out. Like and then the terror of shit, what if I never get back? Oh my god.
so nung time na yun po, naisip ko na din po na if I can float away, I think I can float back to shore. Tapos po, parang kasi po my head was facing that way, away from shore. Nung na-realize ko po na malayo na ako, ay parang finish ko naman po yung ulo ko papunta sa shore. And then, nung time na po yun, I looked back again po. Parang tinignan ko kung malapit na po ako. Tapos parang medyo po dito po.
Okay. You ended up here all the way. Okay.
Tapos I started swimming hard again po. And then I heard Keith calling out for me. And then I started cramping na po nun. So nung nagka-cramp na po ako, it was just my hands na swimming. Tapos nung parang narinig ko na po si Keith, tinry ko po apakan yung floor. Nung time na po yan, nakaapak na po ako sa floor.
Imagine that, chat. Tapos, we haven't yet heard of the rescue operations. I think that's when we're gonna stop the video.
Tapos Keith went into the water, dragging me. Then a huge wave hit po, and then we went under the wave. So nung pagtapos na po nun, Keith was able to drag me out of the water po.
Parang we were like naka-akbay kami tapos we were paddling together po para it's like less energy din po.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we should have done that lang from the start lang.
Okay. Yung Keith's sa'yo naman, by this third wave, what
Ito na, tama nga, Yel, baka si Keith yung magsasabi.
happened to you?
Ako po, I was here. Then it was like us four plus Malcolm that kept on getting dragged out po talaga.
Okay.
Tapos me, JM and Divine, parang we were all depending on EJ kasi alam namin magaling siya mag-swimming. So I was on the shoulder, Divine was on the shoulder, then si JM nasa harap niya. Eh, ang hirap dun kasi it was so
Dala
deep.
niya lahat kayo?
For like a solid mga 20 seconds po yun. Tapos
Okay.
tinulak na lang kami ni EJ closer to the shore. Pero it worked for a bit. Then it just kept on bringing me and JM back. Eh, kami ni JM, parang naka-bear hug na kami to each other to try and float. Kaso it wasn't working. We just went down and down and down. Then parang we were
Parang
under,
hinihigop kayo pababa. It's like the water was just sucking you under.
parang ganun po.
Okay.
Then Parang we were under for like a solid around more than 10 seconds. But then we just let go of each other. Tapos nung I went up for some air, parang GM was here. Tapos ako, I went like to the right side. But
Yeah.
then,
Okay.
I was like so far from everybody. Like I was like all the way here. But
And then you swallowed water also. Lahat kayo.
Yes, but yung when we were down, like nagbe-bear hug kami, dami namin na-swallow po. Tapos I didn't know I was all the way here na. Kasi kami ni Sam yung pinaka-right. Then I was underwater again because I really don't know how to swim. But I wasn't, my head wasn't straight because I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and it's really gonna make you panic if you have no proper training.
Parang, it's like underwater more, I'd guess more than 20 seconds. Parang
And the more you panic, the more you drown, or the more you struggle. And then imagine getting to the point where you've tried your best. Paddle ka ng paddle, walang nangyayari. You keep trying some more, but nothing's working. Sobrang magka-cramp ka, sasakit yung katawan mo. So you're right, Romeo, that when you experience death by drowning in open water, it's a struggle. It's not something that it's not peaceful. It's not even remotely peaceful or quick. It's a long, tiring, physical, mental struggle before you go.
give up na po ako nun.
You felt like giving up?
No, nag-give
Oo
up
naman, VQT. Again, they're not trained at all.
na po talaga ako. Tapos few seconds. Parang nag-give up na po ako nun. Then,
You felt like giving up?
No, nag-give up na po talaga ako. Tapos parang after, once time kept on going by, like I finally felt the floor bed. Parang ang tagal nun before I felt the floor bed. Then parang,
But when you say when you gave up, parang you floated na lang. How did you kept your head above water? How?
I was like going down and down. Like I just,
down.
parang,
Okay.
I was like gonna accept na mawala na po ako.
Oh my God. Being asked to recall that story. The only consolation I feel like they have in retelling this story right now, in front of cameras, is that they've probably already had long sessions with their counselors already. So it's not like it's the first time they're retelling the story. I feel like ilang times na rin nilang nakwento. Of course, first to their parents and then to their counselors for processing, and again now. So that's the only silver lining na it's not like it's their first time telling the story, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't get any easier having to retell the story again. Kasi imagine that, saying na tanggap ko na lang na mamamatay na ako.
Then after more seconds went by, I felt my feet touch the sand. I was like, there's like a glimpse of hope talaga. So I jumped po and gasped for air. Tapos yun ang layo po ng lahat sa akin. Like, I was here, tapos everyone else was like towards the side or in front.
Yeah.
So-
And then how did you get to shore?
I was
How long
screaming
did
for
it
help. Buti na lang si Malcolm went a bit closer to me.
Okay.
Then he just kept on screaming in my ear while saving Aya na. He was screaming in my ear, belly button to the sky. Yung parang naka-float ka pahiga. Then it worked for a bit kaso it just kept on bringing me farther and farther. So I tried doing a thing na parang higa muna ako pag may wave. Tapos pag nawala yung wave, doggy, because I don't know how to swim, so I tried doggy paddling.
Dog paddle. Ganon. Yeah.
Yes po.
Okay.
Then I just kept on repeating that po. I was, tas ang tagal ko pa sa tubig. Then, that once, I just kept on repeating that. Then, I saw Sam, parang, we were here. Then I screamed for his name. We went to each other. That's when we started paddling together back. Kasi namumalikat na po talaga ako nun.
And then that's when you were able to go back to shore already.
Yes po.
Okay. And then at that point, where were all the others? They were all still in the water or
No
what?
po. Halos lahat po.
Lahat na nandun sa
except
shore.
for me, Sam, Ayan.
Okay, we'll stop when we will stop when they talk about the rescue na. After them telling their stories.
Divine, Rene, and JM.
Ian and JM were together, right?
Oh, no po.
No. Okay.
Ayan was with one of the coaches. Coach, I think someone threw a
Coach
volleyball.
John.
Yeah, Coach John had the salbabida. So they shared it. Then someone threw a volleyball kay JM. Like, he used it as a floaty pabalik.
And then,
Us four were like one of the last. Like the last.
To get
Si
out
Ayan
of
yung-
Yeah, kwento pa lang nila eh. Kwento pa lang nila, kulang sa mitigation efforts. Kulang sa response. Like, bakit isang salbabida at isang volleyball lang yung naibato? Like, why are they not prepared with like more equipment to respond to this? Like, it doesn't even have to be hardcore may naka-jet ski na rumoronda sa kanila, diba? It doesn't have to be like that. It just has to be a response to the worst case scenario, knowing the environment. So, yun yung what's lacking right now. Like, I don't think the deaths could have been prevented if there was a better response to the incident. Accidents, kaya nga siya tinatawag na accident, diba? Kasi it's something that's not expected to happen, but there's always a way to respond to these things. And the fact na at best that's what they had. Ugh.
Last pair, me, Sam, and GM,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure yung...
Okay. And then when everybody was on shore already, where was Coach Tab, and did you see the rescuers,
Yun na.
DRRMO already?
Coach Tab was
He was
running back with a
Yes, po.
surfboard to go to Ayan po.
Yes po.
Kaya
Okay.
Coach Sandro went into the water din po kasi nung time na po yun, sumisigaw kasi talaga po si KG.
Yes po.
Mhm.
Like everybody could hear him.
Okay.
And then nung time na po yun, Coach Sandro went to KG first. And then he was helping KG po.
KG's Kyle Gamber po.
Yeah, Kyle Gamber. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
nung time na po yun, when KG was safe, he went to Ayan po.
Okay.
Tapos after po, nung time na po yun, Coach Tab was already paddling with the surfboard all the way to Coach Sandro and Ayan po.
And then what happened next?
Ayan was okay na po. Parang they were on the way back na. Then me and Sam, kakabalik lang din namin.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
we were screaming na what? Parang, I don't know who was screaming it, but I don't know. I was just so...
KG was screaming po na nasan po si Divine. So, nung pagkabalik lang po namin, we were catching our breaths. Tapos nung narinig po namin yun, parang we were totally shocked po na
Yes po. Kami ni Coach Sandro, parang after we almost died, we're not gonna lose, we don't wanna lose a teammate. So we were just, me and Coach Sandro just kept on like pacing ourselves back and forth the sand. Like we couldn't like understand what's going on talaga.
Oh my God. So ayun no. That part, right? Na you just almost died. What do I do next? And then they're pacing lang. Oh my God. And then alam mo yung ayaw mo mamatayan ng teammate, but if you go back into the water, that could be the two of you, and then panic is happening, adrenaline is coursing through you. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like what part of your brain is still gonna work at that point?
It felt like a dream. Like it happened so quick.
A real nightmare, no? Okay. And then, how did you find Rene and Divine? And was that the time na dumating yung rescuers? DRMO? Yeah.
when we got out of the water po, there was no first responders pa po nun. Yung ano lang po, the security guard of the resort and lifeguard po.
Ang claim ng first responders, ng paramedics, is that it was 30 minutes, right? Before they got the call. So something's not aligning right now. Kasi 30 minutes since the drowning started, natawagan lang daw sila because it only took them 6 minutes to get there. That's what the paramedics said.
There was how many lifeguards of the resort?
Isa lang po. And
Isa
then
lang.
the security guard.
Okay.
Isang
I just need to check on something. No? The lawyer, I think, or the representative of the resort had said that you or the coaches were warned not to go too far off.
Oy.
Dapat malapit lang sa harap ng resort. But that team management did not, parang ignored the...
We actually don't know na kung may sinabi po sa kanila.
Yeah.
We don't know, Lirio. Walang sinasabi so far.
Sa players po, wala naman pong sinabi.
Sa players wala.
The,
Nag-zero
the
no.
resort didn't
Oo.
tell us anything.
And that's why I asked you to draw and to tell me exactly where you were.
And
Because and here, it's clear here in this.
because I remember po, before anything po, Coach Tab and the other coaches, mas maaga po sila dumating.
Yeah, they tested out the water.
They tested out the water po and they were saying na may sandbar po doon. So, parang yung pinakamalalim po is may parang flag daw po doon.
Okay. At any one point, did any of you ask for life vests? Salvavidas?
No,
Like before the drill, no po.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be.
because we know po na mababaw po talaga
Yes
yung
po.
area.
But did the team bring life vests?
Salvavida po.
Merong salvavida? How
From
many?
Coach John, parang
Two.
dalawa.
Yeah, two.
Dalawa.
Tapos meron po sa resort yung isa. May isang salbabida.
So, tatlo. Yo. That rule is gonna change. that dalawa lang tapos yeah, that's gonna change, man. Next time there will be 20 salvavidas. You know what I mean? Baka 25 pa nga eh.
Yung resort and may isang surfboard po.
And I'm pretty sure we brought like 3 volleyballs to
Yeah.
help with floating din yata.
Okay. All right. And then, so what happened next? Because the video shows na by the time the rescuers were there, nakita na yung bodies ni Rene and Divine. So at what point did everybody realize na wala si...
Chat, it's so gripping. I can't leave the podcast. I can't leave the podcast. Tapusin ba natin to? We just have to keep pausing, okay? Because we don't want to steal content from the channel. We want to add something to it. So please keep adding comments. Chat, we've watched like 40 minutes of the podcast already. We have like we're just a little we're a little past halfway. But it's so like I wanna know.
Rene and Divine, and then how did you get them back? How did you...
EJ, the Hawaiian one and
Okay, I just wanna know EJ and I just wanna know Rene and Divine, okay? I just wanna know that part.
done po was saving people. He was parang last time with Divine is with him po.
This was... What? Sorry, what?
He was trying to save Divine po.
Divine. Okay.
Pero parang di niya kinaya yung bigat ni Divine. But parang, I'm not sure with EJ, but I think he like...
EJ was saving people and then when he got tired, he went back to shore, rest for a bit, and he swam back up po.
And then how did you know... At what point did you see Rene and Divine already?
There was this, I don't know if it's the security guard or the lifeguard of the resort. He was wearing a life jacket. And
Orange na life jacket po.
Okay.
And then I heard they were screaming for help kasi po nakita na po nila si Rene.
Rene was the first one found po.
Okay.
When I saw them po, I started running to the water. And then JB was first to
Jared Bahay.
yeah,
Jared
Then
was first to...
Yeah,
to help Rene po. And then I was there din po na sumunod na din po ako to carry
But
Rene.
this was already mga 30 minutes.
Mga ganun po.
30 minutes after.
It was matagal na po sila nasa tubig.
Among the team, was anyone able to say na I was the last one to see Rene alive? I was the
That
last one to
was-
see Divine.
Si EJ po, I think,
EJ.
saw Divine.
Yeah, EJ for
He saw
Divine.
Divine, yeah.
Okay, and Divine was just trying to stay afloat also.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure po, yeah.
Okay, and then did anybody see Rene the last?
I don't know po kasi
I don't know, but he was in line then after, parang,
last time I saw him po nung we were still like having fun po. Nung
Okay.
yes po, tas parang,
nawala
Yeah.
na po siya sa tingin nung parang
Line.
nagpapanik na po kami.
Not sure kung sino yung mga nagpunta sa... Not sure kung sino yung mga nagpunta sa PNP. We had that slide earlier. Hold on, let me try to get it. Good to pause also. Para hindi tayo katayin ng Facebook for this. Here. Sino yung mga nagpunta? Sila. Yo, cha, all I could hear here from the podcast so far too is W. Malcolm. Right? W. Malcolm for rescuing as many people as possible.
So sino yung first na nakita si Rene, no?
yes po.
Rene first. And nung nakita na siya, and you were all carrying him onto shore.
Yes, it
Well,
was,
not all,
it
not
was
all,
just players po.
players.
When we saw Rene, it was us who carried him out of the water, not like
Not the
first
medical,
responders. Wala pong tumulong.
Tas-
And
What were
then
they? Where were they? On the shore?
they were just spectating po. They were just watching us.
There was one guy nga po was just, he had like his phone.
Yeah, this is the frustrating part, chat. Trigger warning.
And
What were
then
they? Where were they? On the shore?
they were just spectating po. They were just watching us.
There was one guy nga po was just, he had like his phone out like that po. I was wondering why. Pero di talaga makasalita kami ni Coach Sandro. We were just, like, we couldn't
Yeah.
focus talaga with what's happening. It was just, we were overwhelmed talaga. Or I saw it in my eyes that he was just
He
filming.
was taking video, filming. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a photo of him in the ambulance or him getting dragged out in a stretcher. I'm pretty sure that was him.
Yeah, no, I saw those photos. Yeah, the very first photo we saw was the one yung stretcher on the beach. Okay. And then, how many minutes after na nakita si Divine?
Right after po nung na paalis na po yung ambulance ni Rene.
Ni
po.
Rene.
Yeah.
Okay.
They boarded him. The ambulance was leaving na. Tapos me and Coach Sandro saw na they were like, Divine was getting carried out na.
by EJ po.
Yeah.
Ito na,
EJ saw
malalaman na natin
Divine.
yung pulse.
Tapos me and Coach Sandro ran to the ambulance telling them to stop. Then they I don't think they heard us. I'm not sure. They left. Then me and Coach Sandro walked back. We saw like halos 15 people carrying Divine.
Mhm.
And then I was just there, like I couldn't grasp what was happening. I was just like staring, like plain eyesight.
Yeah.
It was too hard. Then yun, they were doing CPR for a bit.
Mhm.
Then
They tried CPR for both Rene and Divine on the
yung
beach.
kay
no?
Rene po, si Sir Jeric.
yeah, RPT
And then,
po. Tapos pinastop po yata
Pinastop po nung medic para po ilagay sa stretcher and then
Yo! Yo! What the hell? You heard that, chat? So pinastop talaga. Oh my God. Pinastop talaga nila yung CPR.
Jeric.
Yeah, RPT
And then,
po. Tapos pinastop po yun.
They tried CPR for both Rene and Divine on the
yung
beach.
kay
no?
Rene po, si Sir Jeric.
Yeah, RPT
And then,
po. Tapos pinastop po yata
Pinastop po nung
For both Rene and Divine on the
yung
beach.
kay
no?
Rene po, si Sir Jeric.
Yeah, RPT
And then,
po. Tapos pinastop po yata
Pinastop po nung medic para po ilagay sa stretcher and then to rush to the ambulance po.
Yes po,
Mhm.
pero I'm not sure if that's the proper...
Yeah. Pero walang pulse. I mean, even
I'm pretty sure they rushed him lang po sa
The
ambulance.
only one I heard that had pulse po was Divine po.
Okay, so
he had a
even...
pulse
Divine, yes po.
on the
There you go. So up until this point, hindi pa rin natin malaman kung may pulse ba talaga si Divine. Because first it was internet rumors. Now it's Sam hearing from somebody na may pulse pa. So that's something that we really have to get to the bottom of to see who's accountable for that situation. Kasi kung may pulse pa, di ba?
beach. He had a pulse. And then they put him in the ambulance and brought him to the
It wasn't an ambulance.
Divine
It
po,
was
police car.
police vehicle.
Yes
Yeah
po.
po.
Okay. Okay. So yung sinasabing and although she did explain it na she said na to stop muna para madala sa ambulansya kasi unstable. So nakita niyo yon, pinastop like you said.
Yes po.
Tapos niload na si Rene sa ambulance.
Opo.
Tapos yung kay Divine naman, like you said, may pulse. How do you know na may pulse siya sa beach?
I heard po from my other teammates po nung kasi po after what happened, we were gathering in the pool po and then we shared our perspectives like POV on the POV of the kung ano nangyari po.
Mhm. And then yung pagdala sa ospital, hindi na kayo kasama. None of the team, the coaches.
Coaches po.
The coach,
Yeah, pretty sure. I
the
think-
one that went with Rene po was our ball boy po, Kuya Boy.
Mhm.
And then wala pong sumama kay Divine kasi po may representative na po dun sa hospital.
Yes po, pero Coach Tab and Coach Dean,
Mhm.
I think they drove like behind the police yata.
Okay.
But I'm not sure who was inside with them.
Yeah. You know, in the first 2 days, so by day 2, June 9, no, there were all these speculations coming out. And, well, because nga there was no information coming out.
Okay, wala na to. This is about them getting bullied na on the internet for it. Oh my God. Yeah, chat. That was a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's why we need to remember, we need to see kung ano yung proper ano talaga nito. Magiging proper investigation, yung fact-finding nga. Horrible. Let's see some of the comments here. Let's see if there's any comment worth reading. These kids are still on trauma. They almost died. Their friends died. Please be kind. They did their best. Purely an accident, but 100% preventable. This is where I'm at right now, too. This is where I'm at. Purely accident, 100% preventable. These kids did not deserve to experience this trauma. Here too, right? Ito yung wild sa internet. Speak up na raw, pero ngayon naglalay pala sila. My God. Yeah, well, that's that, chat. And then we have this. Some athletes arriving at Karame. players. Damn. Si EJ yung pumunta. Yeah, I think it's you know, I kind of want to take back what I said earlier na W Malcolm as if siya lang yung nag-save ng mga tao. Based on the narrative, he kind of seems like he really did a lot. But let's not forget that everybody did their best talaga. Whether it was to save their own life or to save others, I'd like to think that none of them wanted any of this to happen. And so in the moment, with what in their own capacity, they all tried their very best to stay alive and keep as many of their teammates alive. Yun nga yung, so negligence talaga no? Pwedeng negligence talaga, JR. I don't know too much about Divine's autopsy to make any comment on it. Maybe they've done it already and then they just don't want to say everything. I don't know. We'll know in the fact finding. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's something that they didn't expect to happen since it's their 5th time. Pero yun nga the what, like, I don't know, like, you can't excuse your ignorance, diba? Ignorance is not an excuse for you to get away with this. Because if mahanap na preventable to and that it's either preventable, unnecessary, or something that, you know, could have been avoided completely, may mananagot. Yeah. The anti-hazing part, I think, is gonna be a little hazy because the players themselves are already saying that it's not some kind of initiation rite or hazing incident, but the homicide could be it. Damn. And then we have the YouTube video here, the podcast ni Pia Hontiveros being discussed here on one of the subreddits. Diyos ko, few minutes pa lang in this episode, alam mo na yung pagkukulang ng buong coaching team. Stop going after the players, they're all victims. Mga tao sa social media, walang kwenta, Ateneo, mga elitista, ayaw magsalita. And then student athletes recount it. Mga tao sa social media, scripted, mga walang paniwalaan. And then we didn't watch this anymore from YouTube. We watched this we didn't watch this anymore on YouTube. But apparently one of the quotes going around, yung kanina nating nakita, Tab Baldwin told them about rip currents. It feels like he intentionally put them there. Survivor's guilt na mga bata. What bothers me about the whole boot camp is that the coaches clearly knew that there are rip currents in the area but still pushed through despite the fact that some members of the team did not know how to swim. Rip currents can be tough to escape even for strong swimmers. Men's basketball team, yung MBT. By the way, Martin, VQT, ali kayo dito sa YouTube. Tagal nyo nang naan dito sa TikTok. Mas may enjoy nyo sa YouTube, promise. CI Benipayo din yung username ko. Mas full yung screen dito. Di nyo kailangan mag-squint ng mata. Oh. Oh, then ano, then they will have to investigate for that too, JR. Not I mean I'm not too sure about homicide really because aren't there like three categories to homicide? There's murder, there's manslaughter, and there's suicide. No, not suicide. Homicide is manslaughter, murder, and there's one more. And then each of those have their own sub categories also. Fuck. Okay. Let's take a minute here, chat, to kind of just relax for a bit because I was a little heavy. Ah, ganun ba, VQT? Um, f- uh, sorry. So homicide is different from murder and is different from manslaughter. There you go. Sorry. I thought my screen wasn't flashed. Sorry. So they're not murder and manslaughter are not subcategories to homicide. That's why I'm looking for three. They're just three different things altogether. Homicide, murder, and manslaughter. Anyway. Alright, let's take a quick break here, chat. Let's look at some memes first that I gathered here for you. Okay, tingin muna tayo ng memes. So we could unload for a bit. Okay? We'll see what ends up happening when we have the fact-finding bodies investigate it. Like, I don't know enough about the different classifications of unaliving people, or whether it's due to negligence or what. I don't know what it's called. So all I can really do is take it a step at a time and be sure na kapag nagkaroon na ng results to, which they said will take 2 to 3 weeks, we'll Google the hell out of all the terms that we don't understand. Okay? All the words that we don't understand, we'll Google so that we can better differentiate and learn from there. What thirst trap are you talking about, VQT? No, I'm not fit. Not fit at all. What you talking about? Yeah, Romeo, JR, June. Definitely. I like the term, it may ripen to homicide. That is a fascinating word. Yeah, Barnes. Okay, chat. Wait, what's this? Yeah, we're done here. I did want to talk about a couple of fascinating things here. Plus, the Maleta issue that is now becoming weirder and weirder. Like, on the one hand, I don't know if everybody is receiving maletas, or do you only end up receiving maletas kapag kalaban mo na or ginalit mo na yung opposing side. You know what I mean? Like, either way, talo ang Pilipino. Whether lahat pala nakakatanggap ng maleta or apparently, napadalhan ka pala ng maleta if kinalaban mo yung isang side ng government or isang side ng political spectrum, we're gonna lose either way. Yeah! Si Joe rin pala no naghahanap ng kasama. Twitch is also full. Yeah, and then, I mean like, medyo wala na akong ganang pag-usapan to because sobrang heavy nung mga napanood natin earlier. But just to, just to go through these anyway, although not in depth, after that thing on Cheese Escudero came out, apparently, naglabas ng statement si Kiko Pangilinan. Puro pasaring, puro aligasyon, puro palabas. Gusto lang mantsahan ang naiulat na pag-upo ko bilang chairperson ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee at ng mga nag-iimbestiga sa flood control scam. Wala ni katiting na basehan ang mga tangkang pagdungis sa aking pagkatao ng mga nag-press con tungkol sa mga maletang kaugnay sa bilyon-bilyong pisong ninakaw sa kaban ng bayan. At dahil dinamay nyo pa ang pamilya ko, makakatikim kayo ng hindi pasaring, aligasyon o palabas na kaso sa korte. Pananagutan ninyo ang paninirang ginagawa ninyo. And then, Sharon talks, mga sinungaling, alam ng Panginoong Diyos kung sino ang tunay na sumusunod sa Kanya. Sobra na kayo. I vlogged about this visit to Marawi on my YouTube channel. This was after the elections and we went back to Marawi to thank the governor, mayor, and other officials for their support. The change in tone. But that's nuts, right? The entire idea of the maleta thing, it's weaponized now, and we need to get to the bottom of that too. And apparently, si Arnold Clavio nakatanggap din daw ng maleta. Is this supposed to be a joke?
Pwede ko bang malaman kung sino yung Arnold Clavio na binabanggit ninyo? Ano ba yun? Tao ba yun o tao? Bakit? Tao ba yun o manika? Baka manika lang yun, ha?
How many memes are here again? How many memes? How many ilan sila? The Marines? 18 Marines?
Arnold Clavio po yung nasa media. Hindi, saang media? Kung ito
sa JMA po,
marami kasi
JMA.
magkakapareho ng pangalan. Marami ito.
Yes, angkor po, JMA.
DMA.
Yes po.
Ano siya sa DMA? Kung alam mo ha, ano siya sa DMA?
Angkor po.
Angkor. Ibig sabihin kung Angkor, may programa.
Yes po.
Ano yung alam mong programa na pinag-aangkuran niya?
JMA News po, tsaka pangalan niya po Igan. Kasi kilala ko po siya. Matagal ko po siya nakikita sa TV.
Okay. Ayon sa'yo, ano ba ito? Ano ba yung kaugnayan nitong si Arnold Clavio? Bakit nabanggit mo kanina? Kung pwede mo...
How much money can be put inside a maleta? Easily, feeling ko 1 million, I would say. I mean, because 1 million is only really 1,000 thousands, right? And you could stack 100, probably even more, maybe like 5 million, I would say. Yeah, din sabay kami ni JR. Because a 100, like you could, 10 stacks is already 1 million. Right? I feel like you could fit more than just 10 stacks in one maleta.
pakiulit sa akin?
18 Marines.
Laging gamitin ng...
Okay, so apparently si Arnold Clavio nakatanggap din daw. Thoughts, pansin ko lang, nung nagpapahapyaw na may media personality silang nabigyan ng maleta, may nag-glue na meron daw pero di niya nasabihan ng pangalan at network. Then maya-maya, yung nagsasalita ng mismo, nag-name drop kay Arnold Clavio, tapos ibang tao na nagkwento kung paano nag-deliver ko. No? Ang gulo. Magulo talaga, chat. And then it got so good that apparently, chat, the 18 Marines also said si John Cena rin daw. John Cena pinadalhan umano ng iba't ibang sukat ng malita ayon sa 18 bagmen. So, it's gotten so big that John Cena too is involved in this. Can you believe it? Okay, and you know, the memes aren't stopping. The memes aren't stopping, right? Napunta na tayo kay John Cena. Like, it's a joke at this point. Anywho, this one was fascinating. Imbis na pa ganun. And when you look at this, I think this got viral across the entire Reddit because there were people legitimately asking if this will work. It won't, of course, because the water has to flow somewhere properly and it's gonna fall downwards like that. So nope. In-adjust ko na po para sa lahat. Salamat. That's funny. Aircon humor. Sabi ko, inverter, hindi inverted. And then, yan naman. Imagine being in this situation though. Chat. In this situation, who would you rather be? Yung nakaupo o yung nakatayo? Yo! SWG! Yo! Si Joe yung parating nakasabit. Practically speaking though, mas gugustuhin ko pa rin yung nakaupo na lang. At least komportable. Medyo may amoy lang yung hangin, no? Pero at least nakaupo. Hindi kailangan sumabit o kumapit. Di ba? Mas okay na yung nakaupo. Oh my gosh, SWG. Daming new account sa sub na to. Good luck. Yeah, natusok ya. Ay, nako. Oh, it's a bot who posted this. Hello, Osaka, Japan.
This is my first snow dito sa Japan. First time mag-snow ng ganito kalakas for how many years? And then, kasama ko yung family ko. Nagkakasipon na kami. Ayan naman yung coffee shop dito sa Japan. Actually, pabalik na kami sa hotel namin. Ayan na yung sundo namin. Muntik na ako maatrasan. Bad person. So, lalayo lang ako ng konti. Papagilid lang ako, guys. Super daming snow. Oh my gosh. Ang lamig. Excuse me. Sorry. 안녕하세요. Tteokbokki.
It's not even Japanese.
Grabe na talaga yung snow, guys. Ayan, lakad lang tayo, mabilis. Kasi ang lamig na talaga dito, nasa negative 83 na ang lamig. Mamaya konti magiging...
Negative 83. What's negative 83 if it was in Fahrenheit? Whether it's negative 83 Celsius or negative 83 Fahrenheit, that's a ridiculous number to just randomly throw out. That's giving Antarctic levels. Temperature in Antarctica. Negative 40 nga lang sa Antarctica. Oh. That's silly. That is silly. A random ass number.
Ice na yan, yung ilog na yan, yung mga isda dyan ay magiging sushi. don't touch my camera. Don't touch my camera. It's fine. So, is you ate? 시부가 바뀌어요 뭐해 시부게 가구면 내가 alam niyo ba
Oh, yeah. It's funny. It's funny.
guys life hack excuse me ay, dito ako hello Kenji si Kenji my first ever snow this year. Ooh, super soft guys.
I want to see Michelle Carey.
I'm so proud of myself.
I'll put it in my watch later. Ginulpe ni Mima Sar. What's this? Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go. I'm down for this. I love this shit. Let's go. I want to say put your bets kaso ginulpe raw ni Mima Sar eh. Yo, barefoot 2 at that. Ay, tinanggal yung hikaw. Tama. What I'm more fascinated by is bakit may crowd na nag-gather. Yo, she's definitely the bigger fighter. Look at that. Laki nyo. They're the bigger fighter. They're the bigger fighter. Sobrang laki niya compared to yung opponent niya. Uy! Puro solid, oh. Boom! He doesn't know where he is.
Lapit na!
Wala, ang liit no isa. Tinan mo gano'ng kalaki to. They missed. Uy, boom. I think they're all just having fun. Yeah. Uy. They have the... Mas mahaba yung galamay niya. Talong-talo to. Like, may mga times sabay silang sumasapak. Pero nauuna lang si nakaprint. Kasi mas mahaba, mas nauna siya mag-connect sa muka dahil mas mahaba yung arms niya. You know? Uy! I wouldn't be surprised if after this bout, sobrang mag-best friends na yung dalawang yan. Kung magkalaban man sila, tapos they had to settle it through this fight, mag-best friends na yan ngayon. Overall, looks like it was harmless and fun for everybody. Lintik lang ang walang ganti. Bro! Oh, bro! Pag gusto mo lang maglabas ng ng galit, 'di ba? Pag inis na inis ka lang and you just wanna let some steam out, labas ka, no? Free kills. Ito, hindi na to memes, some good vibes lang. Harvested some cherry tomatoes. They're just nice to look at, eh? Super sweet. can't remember the last time I've had a fruit or vegetable, chat. Broccoli. I've had broccoli. And then Netopia. Just to remind everybody that if you know what Netopia is, ang tanong ko lang sa inyo, bakit gising pa kayo ng ganitong oras? Dapat natutulog na kayo at babangon pa kayo ng maaga para magwalis sa labas, di ba? Anywho, with that chat, we could just look at these tomorrow if ever, but it's just Mayor Vico saying na natuto siya. Interest in governance was sparked by playing SimCity. And then little fascinating here. For the first time in 300 years, the Tao people of Orchid Island in Taiwan have arrived in their ancestral land of Batanes using a traditional canoe. That's pretty fascinating. Indigenous Taiwanese to paddle to the Philippines, reconnecting long-lost route. So, headlines we could read tomorrow, if ever. But I think tonight, chat, we could wrap this up. It's almost 2 a.m. I know we've been streaming really, really late. And I just like to thank everybody for being in the stream right now and hanging out still. Tomorrow, I'll be attending an event. I have an event somewhere in Makati at 4. I don't know how long that event is gonna last for, but hindi naman siya whole day or rest of the day event. Ang fear ko lang ma-stuck ako in traffic, but I will brave traffic in my Makati event tomorrow. And once I get home, mabilisang ligo lang para hindi niyo ako maamoy, and then stream na tayo kaagad. Yeah. Na can't do topless streams. It's we used to in Kumu nung nagpapaalam tayo sa Kumu team na beach swim or swimming stream, pero too risky these days to do that. But yeah, we'll see each other in La Union, but that's not till a few more streams. Kukumplituhin natin yung streams natin. Magkikita tayo bukas for Pure Foods. I already reserved all my food intake for that stream. So I'll see you then, chat. But for now, this is where the stream ends. Heavy week. So tama si SWG, we ought to have a Banlaw stream soon. So I suppose that will be La Union, right? I'll try my best to stream as soon as possible. But the event doesn't start till 4 p.m. Give or take, it's a 2 to 3 hour event. Ends at 7. If I take the train, can probably be back here in about an hour and a half. 8:30. Maybe an hour to cool down. Ganun din pala. 9 to 10 p.m. tayo bukas, likely. It really depends on how fast the event is because I don't want to get stuck in traffic. 11 to 7-11 magpagpag. Pwede naman. Uy! June, taga-LU ka? Yo, June, I'll be in LU 21 to 24. I'll be in LU 21 to 24. May stream tayo sa LU ng 22 yata, chat. No worries, SWG. Saka sa LU, San Fernando, San Juan. Which part of LU? Oh, nice. Yeah, sure, June. I'll see you. Good night from QC. Yung problema kasi, siksikan parati sa Ayala Station. Baknotan. Oh, I have a couple of friends from Baknotan. But yeah. Same? No, it's okay. I'm just happy that June, SWG, you're here. And you have the patience to listen to these topics as well. Because they can be not only be very heavy, but sometimes serious. You're right. Okay, chat. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. By the way, let's not forget W. Alex for the massive super chat. Sobrang laking tulong sa stream. Don't forget, if di pa kayo member, please consider becoming a member. best way to support the stream. Tulog na tayong lahat. Sabay-sabay na. Duck race ng 3 hours. Thank you, June. I'll do my best to keep up with the good content that we could comment on, right? Because we don't generate new content unless it's a mukbang or something that we're asked to do specifically. We comment on content. So yun yung nature natin as a creator. Commentary talaga. Okay? Magandang gabi, bayan. Okay, bye, Joel. Yo, nice. Thank you, Joel. Got you, JR. I'm not quite sure, Romeo. Pwede ba to? Bawal yan, Romeo. Siyempre, bawal. Okay, bye-bye.